Agnielka, good morning. Hello. What's up? It's Tuesday. Did you know? First news of the day. First news on the docket. It is Tuesday, at least in my part of the world, and probably. Actually, I think I had this tangent before, but we're gonna repeat tangents. Who cares? If we're streaming at like 12. And we're not exactly in the middle. Otherwise, it would be Tuesday everywhere in the world if we were in GMT +0. But I'm in GMT +2. So there must be some time zones where it's not Tuesday at the moment. But I'm not quite sure where they're at. Doesn't matter though. Hello, how are we doing? I hope you're doing well today. I hope you had a nice morning. I hope you had a nice start in the week. You know, whatever's up. I hope it's going pretty well for you. That's the general hope. Hi, Angel. Hi, Purple. Hello, everybody. Hi, Seppo. Hallöle. Hallöle is a good one. Hallöle is basic. Hallöle is understandable. Hallöle is nothing and everything, kind of. Hi, Caliban. Also, I agree. There's no such thing as too much coffee. You can always have more coffee. Caffeine is great for you. No downsides whatsoever. I am not addicted to caffeine. That would be a crazy thing to say to me right now. Hi, addiction. Hello. Immediate egret. That's like regret, right? Egret, your name is like a play on regret. I don't know why I just noticed that now, but I wanted to say it out loud for everybody. Hi, Rhombus. Hi, Purple. Hi, Whoa. Hi, Corruption. Hi, Juno. You're watching the One Piece live action. How is it? Don't tell me. Only tell me if it's not that great, because I don't want to get into that. Personally, I don't want to get into that. Your bowels tend to disagree, though. My bowels are fine, so that's a you problem. That's a you problem. That doesn't concern me. Well, I guess we were talking about you specifically, so I suppose you have a point. A friend of mine once ate a whole pack of caffeine tablets, and he was fine. Now, that sounds like something I wouldn't want to endorse, but, you know, if he was fine, then he was fine. Is the One Piece real, though? Is it? It's Tuesday, innit? Yes, dear, it's Tuesday, innit? Not intentionally. You just liked how it sounded. Oh, okay. I like that. Vibes-based usernames are great. I like a good combination between vibes, sound, and meaning. I guess sound is kind of vibes. Depends where you draw your vibes from. Like a good combination of all factors that could possibly factor into a username. Hell yeah, that goes hard. Also, I want to press a little button. Teehee. Well, I won't say it's bad, so I shall not say anything here. At least, no, it's fine. You can speak. You may speak. I don't think I'll be tempted, actually. My friends and people in general have recommended many series to me before that I never ended up watching because I just too busy. How could I watch series if there's a lot of streams to watch and or staring at the wall thinking about absolutely nothing and everything, you know? These are activities that I have to do. I cannot devote my full attention to anything at all time. BTTV emotes are emotes that show up if you have BTTV installed. Better Twitch TV is what that stands for. That's how we get, like, they should be in chat, right? Yeah, you can see them in chat up there. That's how you get all of these funky little animated emotes. Most of them are animated, not all of them though, because YouTube doesn't have those. But the extension does, and they show up on my chat, so that's fun, and I like that. You're 16 minutes in and it's already an 11 out of 10 show. Holy shit, that's high praises. That is very high praises. Again, legitimately don't think that I'll start watching it. Like, there's no force in the world that can make me start watching One Piece. Probably. Never say never, right? Never say never. Well, also researching, can't forget the researching. Glad the One Piece live action is doing well, unlike Cowboy Bebop. Are you referring this to the researching? Like, did they do research? What's the researching about? I love researching. Researching is fun. Oh, my researching, probably. Are you talking about my researching? Sorry, my brain is not on today. Maybe I'll turn it on later. It would be a good idea, but I don't know. I woke up fine, but then later I started feeling a little down. Nah, yeah, my thing. I got it. I got there in the end. True. I love to do a little bit of researching here and there. A little bit here and there. I woke up feeling like kind of not so, like, not like bad, but not in a good mood. So, like, I don't feel sick or anything, or sad or anything. I'm just kind of, like, not pissed off either. I don't know what this mood is, but it's not great. We'll see if it progresses positively. during the course of the stream, but only time will tell. High praises from Juno, but we'll see if it changes. You already love Luffy, he's the best boy, but my standards are also quite different from yours, I think. Generally, my bar is a lot lower. I have pretty high standards towards my media, yes, but I also sometimes watch shitty shows or television or whatever, or movies just for the fun of it, so... But I guess that's not the same thing, is it? You started watching One Piece anime 2 days ago, and I'm waiting for a friend to watch the Netflix show together. Oh, slay! Have fun if you do, though. So I can continue to put One Piece spoilers in the comments without you realizing, wait, you did this? You did this? I wouldn't realize. No. But Juno might realize. You cannot spoiler Juno or other chatters, I guess. If he hates the government, doesn't he? Yeah. I think the general gist of One Piece I would like, but there's a lot of other things about One Piece that I don't like, which is probably why the Netflix show would actually be pretty good for me, because it's shorter. So one of the things about One Piece that I don't like would already be eliminated, which is the fact that it's very, 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 very long. Not my favorite thing. And also, the art style is not my favorite thing either. The opinions vary. People say, like, it got worse over time, I think, for the anime at least, but I didn't even like it at the start very much, so that would be another thing that deters me from watching it. But yeah, for months now, Jesus Christ, Seppo, what the fuck kind of weird long game are you playing? That's insane. Knowing that you like Hobie, you liking Luffy should not be surprising in the slightest, eh? Probably not. Again, I know very little aside from that he's based, and I mean that's enough to like somebody. Yeah, the art style of the anime totally turned me off, but I'm interested in the live action. Yeah, I like the clown guy. He looks very cool. Maybe the live action is actually worth a watch, but God, I just said like 2 minutes earlier, nothing in the world can bring me to watch it. And now I'm like, well, maybe. So that happened quickly. Although I do think that I'm probably not going to be able to start it anytime soon, because starting a new series is a big commitment, and I'm currently dual wielding like fixations already, so I cannot possibly triple wield. That would mean I would have to drop one of the 2 previous ones, well, current ones in this case, and that's not the stage that we're at yet. So I'll either have to wait or I won't do it at all, which is also possible. We'll see. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I agree. The art style is not my favorite. Zoro is great in the live action version as well. Slay, that's the green hair guy, right? They call him, Juno told me, they call him a patch of moss sometimes. Of course, it's the clown. Have you seen the edits they make of the clown? A lot of them. Well, Disco Elysium is more like Disco Elysium has now transitioned into a long-term thing. Which is always nice, because after my fixations, usually it's either I don't interact with the thing anymore at all, or it's like a normal, hey, I like this thing. I think kind of normal as possible. I do still keep up with, my friend started playing Disco Elysium recently, so I have a new source of like talking about Disco Elysium a lot, but like it's more like a long-term thing, because I cannot keep up the pressure for that long. You know what I mean? Because when I get into something a lot, I get into it extremely intensely, and I can't do that for a super long sustained amount of time. I don't know. It's just how I work, I suppose. So right now it's actually QSMP, which, God, I didn't think I'd be here, but alas, we are here. And the bear, yes. Yeah, Zoro is the moss head. You're a live action greater than animated girlies. Girly! So yeah, I don't think I'll get into the anime. It's 1,000 episodes long, or longer, I think. So very fair. Very, very fair. QSMP is the Minecraft server from Quackity with like all the people from different countries on it. I watch Etoiles and I watch Selbit clips. That's who I watch from there. That's also all. I don't care about anybody else. I will see their perspectives occasionally and be like, hi, I know you. Or, hi, I don't know you, but that's about it. Disco Elysium has been integrated into your personality. Exactly. It's no longer a fixation. It's internalized. Yes! It's not like an active thought that I'm working through anymore. It's now an internalized thought, if we're talking in game mechanics. Exactly. This depends, you know, how hard the fixation was or what type of media it is. If it's like gets internalized and becomes part of me forever. Or if it's more like, I liked this and now I kind of remember it. Really depends. Skibidi Toilet? Really? I'm fascinated by Skibidi Toilet in the least engaged way possible. Every time I hear about it, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense, you know? It's like this type of humor, I feel like that makes sense as a logical conclusion of the types of humors that came before it, if you know what I mean. But also, I have never watched it in full. But also, I've never watched it in full. The idea of getting into One Piece anime is so tiring to me. Yep. I know that there's episode guides. I know they exist. I know you can cut arcs by like 50% later on or something like that. But it's still too much. Honestly, a 20 episode show is already a challenge for me. Can I watch streams every day? Yes. Can I watch a 20 episode show? Not necessarily, no. Next second model will have sloppy 70s clothes. I like a little bit of sloppy 70s strip though. This girlism should be internally coherent to the mega. So right, so correct, Vita. Hello, Vita. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad I watched One Piece since episode 2 got released in Germany. Damn, you've been on the train since the start. Well, then it's easy. Then it's just something that you know. Do I have that with anything? I'm thinking about it currently. Like something that I just know because I've been following it ever since it came out and I didn't have to do any catch up. I don't think that exists for me. At least I can't remember it right now. I started getting into Game of Thrones, but I was only into it for like 2 seasons and those were not the starting seasons, so... No, that's not it. I don't know. I don't think I have that. The word sloppy just activated something in me and I don't know how to process. Sloppy is a word, isn't it? Sloppy is a very specific word. Used in very specific circumstances. Just read the manga. It's only 18,000 pages. You know, you could probably... Well, you would have to think about, though, how many words are on these pages. Because it's a manga and not a book. Does it have more or less words than Dune? I bet more, though. I bet more. Like, that's a lot of pages. I bet it's more. Sloppy by King Mala. I do not know this song. But if you recommend it, I'm sure it's good. Yes? Maybe I do know it, and I just don't know the title. Very possible. You've done that with a couple of things over the decades. Not often, right? Sometimes it just happens, because you don't choose to do this. So, like, maybe I'm just not remembering for certain things. But it must be, like, a very long-running thing. Otherwise, it doesn't really count. Like, whoa, I watched... Let me think of literally one example. One example would do. I watched The Boys when it came out. Not even season 1, but season 2. That doesn't count, either way. Привет, hello, Thel. How are you? You know the song. We listened to it in the car. Okay. I trust you. I am not aware of the title. If I try to recall it, nothing comes up, but I know the song. That is the case for very many songs, actually. Again, my song list has also expanded recently because of QSMP playlists, too. Well, and TikTok in general. Le Monde, The World is on there. It's an instrumental track. Very fun. And like two, I think they're probably in Portuguese, but I don't know. I can't differentiate that in songs. Are you kidding me? Probably Portuguese songs. I think their names are both Medo or something like. I don't know. Have you listened to the Autobahn song? I have not listened to the Autobahn song. I've also not watched the stream archive, the VOD from that Cassie recommended to me yesterday yet either. I'm so busy, you know. Oh, you did it with the Blacklist. Yeah. Watched all 8 seasons as they aired. That's great. That's good for you. My mom also watched all of the Blacklist. I know this is like a stereotype that mothers watch the Blacklist, but it's true. My mom did watch all of the Blacklist. My mom has also watched like every show under the planet, so it's not like surprising that did in fact occur. We should probably start getting into our docket. There's a good few things on the docket. There's also a few things on the docket that I don't have that much to say about, but we should get started. We can still chit chat in between topics after all. So let's go over there. The Blacklist is actually probably pretty good though, isn't it? It's probably pretty good. It seems nice. When I walked in to my mom watching it every now and then, I thought it was quite alright. Not like, I didn't watch all 8 seasons, but like, well, quite alright, quite okay. The docket today. I like how this is always at the top. Just a reminder that I just ignore so much that it might as well not even be there. Whatever, moving on. Oh, you started watching it with your mom back in the day, so yes, it's true. As fucking, please, names. Please, brain, just one name. Spare a crumb of names for me. I'm getting so many names that are all not his. The guy who made Inside, Bo Burnham. There you go. God, that took me way too long. As Bo Burnham said in FaceTiming with my mom from Inside. Something blacklist. Mom watching the blacklist. Anyway, I'm gonna show you my art because of course it's so Jover Gamers. It has just begun. I watched my first Etoiles live stream yesterday. Very fun though, because I got to watch at the same time as my friend Evan watched, so we could like comment to each other. Does this mean I'm fluent in French? No, not at all. He spoke English most of the time because he was talking to people who also don't speak French. So that was very easy into Etoiles live streams. Do recommend. There was like a little bit of French every here and there, every now and then, here and there and now and then. And I did understand like most of it, but it wasn't very complicated either. Procreate Dreams has been announced. I'm excited. This secondary post that I've linked in here is probably gonna go more into the details, and I want to look at it. I am very hyped for it. I will 100% definitely get it. I'm just worried. My iPad is kind of old. I got it secondhand more than a year ago, maybe 2 years ago even. So I'm a little bit worried that it might not run super well. But I sure hope it will. This TikTok enraged me, kind of, when I saw it. Also, good argument against transphobes, because, hey, guess what? News alert. If men want to invade women's spaces, they will just be doing that. It's actually not at all about legislation. Shocker. We also have an update on the minor company VTuber, or the company VTuber who is a minor. I've seen some split opinions on it, but in my Discord specifically, there's been some discussion on it, and I find it quite interesting because I do think this is a more nuanced topic than some people are making it out to be on Twitter. A lot of the replies are a little... I mean, I agree with them for the most part, but some of them are leaning a little too much towards, oh, somebody who is under the age of 18 doesn't know what sex is. How dare you mention it in front of them? But then again, I have a more nuanced view. We'll get into it when we, in fact, get into it. People have been discussing this TikTok. Ooh, mystery TikTok. Is this TikTok, which you are not seeing on screen yet? Is this making fun of this TikTok the same as making fun of autistic people? Spoiler alert, I don't think so. Oh no, I've already given you my very controversial opinion. Juno, yes Warren, it's Juno. Juno will stream Sallyface today, if the internet doesn't leave us all. Twitter is of course known for its nuanced discourse. Of course they are. Of course they are. They're so good at it. Twitter is so good at it. Then we're gonna look at an AfD mayor. Not yet. But soon. Very, very probably very soon. Im Freistaat Thüringen. In my fucking neck of the woods, as always. But not specifically my town, thank God. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you or rather, I wouldn't want to tell you if it was specifically my town, but it's not. So, haha, got him. Not yet. I don't know when our next mayor election is, when we will also get an AfD mayor, probably, perhaps, potentially. We'll wait for that, though. We'll wait for that. Hi, Bro Dragon. Good morning. You changed your medicine recently, and now I'm here at 6 a.m. Pain. Do you have to take your medicine at 6 a.m. now? 6 a.m. can be good, though. Depending on, like, what your schedule is. 6 a.m. can be good for you. But yeah, 6 a.m. is pretty early. I don't do 6 a.m. at the moment. I don't know what the second link is. Probably more about the same. I think, yeah, it's just another status about the same thing. Then we have some more assorted AfD news afterwards that are not in direct relation to this mayor in this town in Thüringen. So, like, Alice Weidel, one of the leaders of the AfD, speaks out on being queer. Let's see what she has to say. Unless you've already seen it. 6 a.m. is bedtime. 6 a.m. can be bedtime. I agree with that. But 6 a.m. can also be wakey time. 6 a.m. gives kind of bad vibes. 7 a.m. is much better vibe than 6 a.m., yeah. It just completely prevented me from sleeping. Oh, worse. Tenchi agrees. He agrees. A meme. I don't remember which meme, but I sure did put a meme in there, so that's something. Hi, Pino. Hello. Hello, Zecke, and fellow Zecke enjoyers. And Tenchi. Don't forget him. He's also present, and he wants you to know about it. An AfD person who's queer? Well, you'll see. You'll see the statement that she made on the issue. But yeah, we sure are living in a society. And I have a TikTok that I wanted to share with you last week already, but I forgot about it. But it's weird, so I wanted to show you. Hi Turkey! Mistress Briley and Digital Darling have actually covered the multiple companies who've hired the minor in 2 videos. Hired multiple companies Have hired the same miner or have hired miners in general is what you mean. Yeah, people will do that. Hololive did that too, right? Especially, it's not like an uncommon thing in idol business specifically, like I talked about last time when I talked about the miner as well. Fucking idol companies, like K-pop idols, that the other idol like scene that's very big, they have a lot of groups with a lot of 14 to 16 to 17 year olds. Yeah, just her. Oh, was she hired by multiple people? What the fuck? The Vital story is a blast. It is extremely hilarious. I just saw this. It's just a tiny little post. I don't know if we need to go into it too deep, but Jesus Christ, what is she on? We'll find out. Tennis. I saw this on TikTok exclusively. I haven't seen anybody like talk about it, but I would like to talk about it a little bit because the comments, especially under this TikTok, insane. Vital is the German person. Yes. Yeah, plus Disney. I mean, child actors exist. Child actors are a thing, which, like, not great for the kids, but, you know, not always horrible. It depends how studios treat them, but generally not a net positive for sure. And also a different thing from being an online influencer person, you know. We'll see. And then I've been sent this video, Kirsche on Kiwi Farms. You remember we talked about Kirsche once? Well, somebody sent me another video. It's Angel. Angel sent me another video about Kirsche talking about kiwi farms. I'm assuming. It says fruit farmers. Could be anything. Could be a cherry farm, as in relation to her name being cherry in German. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll stumble into a video where she just kind of talks about chilling on an apple orchard or something like that. Probably not, though. Yeah, I know what Kiwi Farms is, so maybe that's an interesting video to look at. Also, I've seen people, not in my Discord, but in other Discords, suggesting this video from Shu to people to look at. And I'm people, not the people that they were suggesting the video to, but I am a person who has watched Shu in 2016 and never again until now, so I'm kind of like interested if reacting to her content would be funny. We'll see. Maybe it's kiwi birds, but that's not fruits, that's animals. That is animals. Oh my god. Next month? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, that's unlikely, actually. That's actually unlikely. Really? Am I this out of the fucking loop? There's not a single, like, Wahlplakat up. Can they only do that, like, a month in advance or something? I don't know. Yeah, Shu. Remember Shu? Do you remember Shu? I remember Shu. Barely. I didn't watch a lot of her videos, to be fair. I didn't watch a lot of... I'm Googling something that I cannot show on screen right now, by the way. I cannot show this on screen right now. By the way. Okay, I'm just gonna not Google this right now then. I'm unfamiliar with Shu. I just know Shu from, like, pretty deranged tweets currently, and people bringing it up, new Neo pronouns just dropped, and people bringing her up in Vosh streams. That's mainly what I know Shu from at the moment. Of the Yamino variety, no, different Shu. Shu like shoe on head. I don't know if that tells you anything more. That's the only one you're aware of? That's good for you. I don't know if we're even gonna get all the way down there. Probably yes. I don't think this is going, the rest of the topics are going to take that long. Sorry, just messing with you. Jesus Christ. I believe you. I'm way too gullible. Legitimately. Me trying to fight the autism stereotypes and not winning any of them. Hi, Elizabeth. Hello. Welcome to stream. Gamer. Watched Shu in my Sargon phase. Same. So I stopped watching, both at the same time. Me too. But I didn't watch her as much, I'm pretty sure. At least I don't remember that much, but I'm also bad at remembering things. So who is to say if I even did anything at all? So we've gone through. You had a little preview. Now we start with my art. It's so Jover. My Etoiles fan arc has begun. I've done QSMP, Minecraft Survival Multiplayer Server fan art. But also look at it turned out really cool, so that's also why I wanted to show it to you. There it is. I like this art. It's good art. Drawing people's Minecraft skins is something I've never done before. I have to say, I have to admit, I've never been a fan of like Minecraft roleplay channels to this extent before. So I haven't had to do this yet. And it feels a little silly to make very, very serious art about the block game roleplay, but it's also fun. So, you know, cringe is dead. This is cool. This is Etoile, and this is his child, Pom. I have a meeting now. See you later. Have a good time in your meeting. You got this. They roleplay, yeah. It's a roleplay thing. Although Etoile specifically doesn't do that much roleplay. He's not like that deep into the roleplay of it all. That's Pom. That's their egg. It's a whole thing. Again, I couldn't possibly explain the entire lore of the QSMP to you in a video that wouldn't take like 2 hours at least. All you need to know, he is very good at fighting in the game. He kills the codes. They're bad. And he does this to protect his child, who's an egg. Oh, the art looks good. Kind of looks like your art style. It is my art. It is my art. So yes, I sure hope it does. Road work ahead. I sure hope it does. They do roleplay on QSMP. I have at least one viewer whom I've seen before, who also knows about QSMP stuff. So I'm like, hell yeah. We get each other. We get each other. We understand. Did I want to say anything else about this? Yeah, I watched the stream, and the stream was fun. And I watched the stream of Evan. So Evan also makes art about this. So that's cool. Look at my art. I do art. I draw. His child, yeah, all the children are eggs. But they're like adoptive children. But actually, Purple, interesting that you bring this up. Maybe they're currently missing. The eggs are currently missing, right? So maybe they're gonna hatch. That's a theory that floats around. Yeah, it's a nice interpretation in considering the limited references. Thank you. I have had other references though, because other people also draw fan art of this. So I looked at other people's fan art as well and should try to figure out what like the sort of visual canon is when you go off of a Minecraft skin. And yeah, this is how I feel it in my head. Never got into Minecraft. I got into playing Minecraft before, but then I kind of fell off and didn't really want to play Minecraft much anymore at all. And never really got into a lot of Minecraft streamers, I think. Not particularly, but now I guess I am. Now I guess I am, in fact, into Minecraft streamers. Oh no, my list thing is gone. I want to make a little list so I can check this off. There you go. There you go. My art. Here, look at it. Not like we don't have another art stream coming up tomorrow, which, by the way, I still haven't finished up the storyboard, etc. Don't know, again, if I want to do this off-stream or off-screen or on-screen, but I guess I'll figure that out. I do, or rather I did my roleplay in Final Fantasy XIV. Slay. Final Fantasy XIV is something I also played briefly and then fell off, as I always do with MMOs. I cannot stay playing MMOs. I don't know what's wrong with me. I find them interesting, I love them, and then I get bored. So this is the first tweet where I saw them announcing Procreate Dreams, them just being a random person on fucking Twitter. Are you kidding me? Holy shit, thank you, Procreate. No subscription, just $20 available. November 22nd. Oh my god, I cannot wait. How long is this specifically? 2 months-ish? 2 months and a little? 2 months and a little! Oh my god, 2 months and 10 days, I guess, approximately. I am excited. Valid MMO opinion, thank you very much. It's a good MMO. It cannot hold my attention. It's impossible. No subscription, right? Fucking Procreate, the absolute goat. Best, like, art app in general, ever. Love them. Fucking love them. Procreate Dreams. I hope this tweet is something I saw, I think, today. And I hope this gives us a little bit more context. I like the concept of MMOs, but every time I try to get into one, I immediately lose interest. Yeah. Best one was ESO. I don't think I'd even know ESO. I liked Terra back when it was good, so not recently. Now it's shut down, I'm pretty sure. I think. But I tried to get back into Terra in like 2020, 2019 or something, but it sucked. Or at least it didn't hold up to my expectations that I had for Terra anymore, so I couldn't get back into it. But back when I played it in like 2014 or so, I liked it. Oh, it's Elder Scrolls Online. Thank you. I never played that, yeah. 10 years ago, Procreate changed the creative industry forever. Procreate Dreams is ready to do it again. Find out how. Apparently, I've heard that this is an entire, like, video editing program, basically, as well as an animation program. So kind of like, weirdly like After Effects? I don't know what to compare it to be honest. And I'm very, very excited. Yeah, this tweet was made today, so it makes sense that I've seen it today. Procreate set to revolutionize animation with the new app for iPad, Procreate Dreams. I'm so excited. I am so excited. Good morning, Sprenny. Hello. Has a lot of nice stories, but the MMO part is sort of in the way. Yeah, it's like the Elder Scrolls, but MMO instead. I can see that. I can see that being a little bit of a hindrance rather than a good thing. On September 8th, 2023, Procreate CEO and co-founder James Kuda unveiled the revolutionary new app for iPad, Procreate Dreams, with next-generation painting tools, a multi-touch timeline, and unique real-time performing using touch. Procreate Dreams is set to bring animation to everyone. I am so happy because I've been looking very, very low-key, not very actively at all, for an animation program, and this might just be it. We're talking about Procreate Touch. The new 2D animation and content creation app empowers beginners and professionals alike with the most intuitive animation experience on iPad wrapped in a delightful, simple UI. Now, the delightful, simple UI on Procreate is nice if you know what you're doing, but also for like the first year that I used normal Procreate, I didn't know how to color fill. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword. And until much more recently, like a few months ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I didn't know how to select more than one layer at a time. So, like in the little menu, it's intuitive to a point. But if you know Procreate, normal Procreate, I'm sure Procreate Dreams, right, is probably also kind of intuitive. Are we gonna procreate? Probably not. But we are gonna create some motion. That sounds sussy enough, right? Only Procreate could design, yeah. Featuring advanced keyframing, of course, it's animation, they should have that, touch-based performing, and simple frame-by-frame editing. Procreate Dreams brings animation to everyone and is set to become the creative tool of choice for the next generation of storytellers. This seems amazing. Also, this iPad is so much newer than mine. Why is the screen so large? Good question. I liked it most when they called their thing Procreate and started procreating all over the place. Such a good moment in time. Such a good moment in history. I agree. Damn. This does look interesting. I see you can do sound, which is good. You couldn't do that in normal Procreate. I'm very excited. Because you could animate in Procreate. They had like animation assist, but it was... I've animated in Procreate before, like simple stuff, but it wasn't really good. My favorite program is called Procrastinate. Mine too, actually. Mine too. Very relatable. Procreate set the standard for digital art over the last 10 years, making it accessible to over 3 million users with a bold, refined, and human approach to creative tools, aiming to lower the barrier of entry because, you know, just 10, 11 bucks, I think, for Procreate, or 19, something between the two. Procreate Dreams means a lot to me because it's not just making movies and animation, James Kuda explains. Dreams is the perfect word to encapsulate the idea that this app can do anything. Very bold, very bold. I mean, it's a marketing pitch, obviously. It's gonna sound like that, but okay. They have all the brushes, I'm assuming, that you usually have in your normal Procreate. I hope they just sync. That would be nice if you have Procreate on your iPad, that it just knows the brushes that you have and they're just there. Would be good. It doesn't need to observe the rules of physics. It doesn't have to obey the rules of real life. It can be a dream. Anything? Definitely not anything, no. It's like, can I pay my taxes in Procreate Dreams? Probably not. Everyday artists and illustrators will now have access to a complete set of animation tools that are innovative and powerful, but also familiar to anyone who knows and loves Procreate. I bet. Digital artists will find the same fluid, full-screen painting experience along with all their favorite Procreate brushes. Yeah, let's go. Now creatives can work on raster projects with resolutions up to 1 million by 1 million pixels. What? That's a lot. And more layers than they will ever need. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Also, I don't know what raster projects are, by the way. No idea what that means. But okay. Are you sure about that? Because my layers tap out very, very early, I feel like. Whatever. Anyone familiar with Procreate's animation assist will also feel right at home with Procreate Dreams Flipbook. Ah, they have like a simplified version, I suppose. 1 million pixels? Yeah, like what is a raster project? I am confused. Like this is a lot. What does this mean? Is this because of DPI? But that's dots per inch. That's like for printing technically. I don't know. What kind of frames per second are we talking about? Frames per second, I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to adjust that to your needs. An homage to traditional frame-by-frame animation. Animators in Procreate will love the ability to import their existing files with a simple drag and drop and bring to life with voiceovers, sound effects, and scores. Okay, is that gonna be pre-installed? Also, you can draw on the timeline. Whoa, let's go! Selecting things made easy. It looks pretty intuitive. Looks fine. Drawing on the timeline is gonna be weird. I'm used to timelines like this on computer and computer only, so that'll be odd, but we'll see. Experienced animators will enjoy a world of limitless potential as they explore Schultz new animation workflow that works for them. The benefit of being on iPad, a device that you can take anywhere with you, is enhanced by the powerful timeline that's been reinvented for multi-touch, and Apple Pencil being able to seamlessly navigate the timeline using gestures feels completely natural. I'm sure it might. This iPad has such weird dimensions. I think it has the same dimensions as mine, but it just looks weird. I don't know. It looks weird to me. Hello, Goldie. How are you? How are you today, Goldie? As does the way Procreate Dreams dynamically reveals timescale information depending on your zoom level. Oh, yeah, of course, that makes sense. And it is fast. Fast as your fingers can move fast. On all iPads? Probably not. Not just in the way the timeline moves, but also how the stage renders playback in real time. Even desktop users will be doing a double take at just how quick Procreate Dream is as they instantly review any edits made, even while a project is still playing. That sounds insane. That sounds actually kind of insane. You're chilling, very nice. Have a good chill morning, night, time zone. I think it would be night, no? Probably, maybe, perhaps. Or early morning, I guess. Hi, Critical. Hell, if I call you Critical, that's like I'm addressing fucking Charlie. Like Moist Critical. Penguinsy. If this is true, this is absolutely insane, but I feel like older iPads are probably not, for older iPads, it's probably not going to be as true as they're describing it to be here, but of course they're going to sell their product the best way possible, whatever. The thing that always makes me happy about digital art form is knowing that it just gets easier and easier for individuals to casually create cool stuff. I agree with that. I think these innovations that we've had are very great, and we have more art out there in the world than ever, and I like that a lot. Just pretend he is Moist Penguins. Alt then. That'll make it slightly more amusing. Slay. Yes, I'll go with that. Okay, how long is this? Okay, we're almost through. Content creators will also love how fluid Apple Pencil integration makes editing videos and selecting timeline codes with the ability to handle 4K video files. You are insane. That's insane. With ease, video draw over. Oh, fuck. That's so good. So good. So good. I like this feature a lot. This feature is very good. And rotoscope projects, become a breeze. I bet. Designed for beginners and seasoned professionals, performing will forever change the way creatives animate. I thought it said animals for a second, and my brain was trying to compute this sentence. Creators can simply tap record to animate using touch and instantly respond to their content as it plays. Okay, without needing to set up a complex keyframes and paths, but I like complex keyframes and paths as well. I'm sure that's also an option. Performing isn't limited to just moving an object, with warping, distortion, filters, and effects also able to be performed. Slay. So you can make it bounce. You can make it bounce. TLDR, you can make it bounce. And because it is all recorded as keyframes, you can continue to apply non-destructive live filters afterwards, such as color adjustment, sharpening, and blur. Combining these innovative features with the delightful interface and user experience Procreate is famous for, and creators will be pumping out perfect loops and mind-blowing motion graphics in no time. I bet. You're saying so good, so good. Made me think of that ice cream so good TikToker. I am sorry. Somebody else said this too. I don't even remember what I said at the time anymore. Yes, yes, yes. I think I said yes, yes, yes in the fucking cadence of the ice cream so good, which not great. Not my intention, I swear. The complete animation studio can take you anywhere. Procreate Dreams, yes, has everything creatives need to start bringing their art to life from day one. I don't even know what I want to like animate. Like I said in the planning of the lyric video / animatic, that's something I want to make, but I can just make that in images because there's not that much animation needed, although depending on a few factors, I just realized some difficulties, but you know, it's probably gonna be fine. Yeah, you do that often. Oh no. Or no. And just like Procreate, there are big plans to keep on supporting and growing Procreate Dreams features and capacity way into the future. As a team at Procreate, we'll be enthusiastic to tell you this is only the beginning of Procreate Dreams' journey to empower creatives to make their dreams come true. Can't stop, won't stop. Fuck, press releases, reading them is so funny. They're so enthusiastic about selling their product. I mean, of course they are, but I don't usually read press releases like this. Kind of wild. Procreate Dreams releases globally on November 22nd, 2023. Let's go. Available on the App Store for a single-time purchase of 20 USD. So maybe, again, 19 euros. Perhaps. No subscriptions. Sign up here for Procreate Dreams news and updates. Damn, that's exciting. That is exciting. Hello, first time I'm on a VTuber stream. What are these news about? Currently, I'm gushing about Procreate releasing their Procreate Dreams app, or rather announcing it's going to be released on November 22nd, and I'm very excited for it because I would love to get into animation again. I'm sure I had some animation ideas because recently I was thinking about how I would animate if I were to do that. Oh yeah, right. This thing that I will not tell you about yet. Aha, secret thing. Right. Maybe or maybe not, like a music video type thing. I basically just had one shot of animation in mind that I thought would be kind of cool. Kind of a vibe. And I haven't done that because I don't have like a go-to animation program because I'm not an animator per se. I have animated before, but I wouldn't call myself an animator. So, interesting. But what's Procreate again? Procreate is the drawing program that I use. It's an Apple-only art program they have. Yes, that's what it is. It's good for iPad. That's the main reason for people to get an iPad even, I feel like. Like, I don't use my iPad for anything but Procreate, mainly. And, well, I used to use it for note-taking as well in like, school. So that's also a good reason to get an iPad, I suppose. But not for me anymore. And I play Project Zecke. When I do play Project Zecke, I do play it on the iPad. So those are the two things. And now it's gonna be 3 things because of the animation program, and I'm excited. But we do way more news. I have a little list. Welcome, new viewer. Hello. I have a little list thing. I call it the docket, on which I gather all the things that I want to talk about for the day, because that's the easiest way to do this, most organized way to do this for me. Let me actually get a sip of water before we proceed. I stole a bottle from my friend over the weekend. Nice. We have a TikTok to look at that is quite infuriating to watch. I'm sure you've seen it around if you are on TikTok at all or on Twitter. Haha, I use my iPad only to Procreate 2nd, 2023 out of context and probably slightly changed grammar. I was planning to get one, but I don't want Apple to force me to buy newer ones because of, they use the incompatibility on older models. Like I said, I have an older one that I got secondhand. What can I see what model you are on you? I'm holding it up. I'm trying to figure out what model it is because I don't remember. I guess I could look in the settings or something. I know it's a bit older. I think it's from 2018, but so far everything works well. Now I'm really nervous to see if Dreams is gonna work on it or not. I just hope it will. Very sad if Dreams doesn't work. I know Apple is really like known for shutting down their old devices, but so far I've not really seen it in action yet. I also had an iPhone for a longer time that didn't die. It was alive for like a good amount of years. So I hope but I guess maybe 2018 is too old to be in the like shutdown era of iPads. I don't know. It worked well for me so far. I've had it since 2019, 2020 or something like that, and it works well enough, even though it was out there being used by somebody else for a few years before that. So I don't know. Let us watch this TikTok and point out the hypocrisy. Not of this person specifically, but of people online specifically. This is a duet of the actual TikTok, by the way. We can, if that's still up, we can watch the actual one. Oh my god, he did in fact not take it down. Very bold and brave of him to not take this down. This was a duet that I saw, that's why I sent this one to me. Also putting, yes, cars outside, I agree. Perhaps I agree. Putting a caption on top of it that I also agree with. Men do, in fact, not need to identify as trans women in order to enter women's only spaces. If men, want to enter, they just do that. He captioned his own TikTok. What shocked me as an Aussie in Japan?
Do you know in Japan, they have women-only carriages? It's like Saudi Arabia in here. I am the women inspector, checking there's only women on this carriage. Yep. There's only women here. Cool, no men. I don't see a single man in sight. Yep, check complete. It really is a women-only carriage, guys.
Wow, what did you expect? Extremely cringe, extremely cringe. So, of course, he didn't stay in the cart after it drove off or anything. I feel like that would be a crime. I don't know if this is like protected by law, if women's only carriages in Japan are protected by law or anything, but this is a high level of cringe and obviously fucking entitled as tourists. I hate tourists. Tourists are horrible. Tourists are awful. Especially the most disrespectful fuckers just go into other countries, be like, haha, let me point my camera at this thing and disrespect the whole like point of the thing that I'm pointing out. The women inspector, of course, we need the women inspector in this train card. It's not a crime, but it can be enforced by train employees, right? Like, would you have to pay a fine at least? I feel like he should have to pay a fine at least if he rode in the train once it left the station. Also, that Aussie fuckwit looked like he did look like a Wojak. He does have.
Did you know in Japan?
He does have a Wojak face. Aussie, Brits, and Americans are supposedly some sort of the worst tourists. From what I heard, I haven't met a lot myself yet, so I don't know. True. In this neck of the woods in Germany, there's not a lot of tourists, and if there are any, they're usually not from America. And if there are any, +1 again. I'm surprised that they're even here. Yeah, that bloke, I know, right? MP, yeah, train molestation is a real problem over there. I know. There's a reason for these cards. And this guy just waltzes in there and walks through, and everybody is extremely uncomfortable with it. Like, this man, okay, talking about, ooh, this shocked me. This is like Saudi Arabia. Yeah, no, I don't think they're doing it out of the same reasons that people in Saudi Arabia would do that. And they don't, as far as I know. That point aside, you could have just filmed it from the outside. There was absolutely zero reason to go in. Filming people like that, like, pointing a camera specifically at the people and away from you and being like, look, there's the people. Already weird. Already don't condone that. But at least you could have stayed outside of the fucking train cart. They have, like, the doors are open. You didn't have to walk through, my man. You did not have to walk through. Like, tourists with like a capital T, I hate them so much. No, just don't travel to tourist places. Oh, and also because no money. Same Pino. Also Krankenwagen outside. Listen, ambulance. Bye-bye, ambulance. Like, you can be a respectful tourist, of course. There's a lot of people who go to other countries who are absolutely fine. But people who are like capital T tourists are the worst. Absolutely the worst. Your country is also known for tourists. My dad works in a hotel group too. A lot of countries do live off of tourism. I'm not saying like don't ever go visit any other countries or anything. But damn, do you have a lot of bad experiences with tourists, huh? Yeah, and if you film people like directly, at least blur their faces or something. No, I agree with that. If you're like pointing the camera specifically at other people, like, look, the people here. as long as there's people in the background of your vlog and you're the focus of it, or like a building is the focus of your vlog, or you've asked one person for permission to be filmed and there's people in the background, that will obviously happen, and that's okay. Like, that's legally allowed, and I think that's morally also absolutely fine. But if the people are the focus and they're not consenting to being the focus of your video content that you're posting online, maybe don't. Perhaps do not. I think for maybe Weimar, Thüringen gets mostly tourists from inside Germany, though, probably. I guess so, yeah. And, I mean, there's some tourists around here. I have seen tourists, even in, like, my area. My area. But I never know what they, like, are looking for here. Why are you here? What are you going to look at? I'm sorry that you somehow ended up here. Same like my friend from Chemnitz is every time that he sees tourists around the city, just like, what happened to you? Why are you present? Like, are you okay? Are you lost? Do you need help? Something like that. Thüringen tourists are only old people. I mean, Thüringen residents are also mainly old people. So they will feel right at home. I miss the days when pulling out cameras and filming people without censoring was the norm. I mean, it wasn't the norm, is what you mean. Yeah, I mean, you didn't have that much access to cameras back in the day. You're now at the ramen restaurant. Let's go. Enjoy ramen. Have a good ramen. Have a good ramen. Have a great ramen, even. We get a lot of German tourists here in your Bundesland. Yeah. Within Germany, I feel like Germans like to travel around Germany a lot. Maybe it's not a like thing. Maybe it's more like a can't go anywhere else thing. I don't really travel to places in Germany for the places. I usually travel to places in Germany for the people. Hello, Calix! Friend, how are you? Have you arrived safely? Are you in any peril anymore? My friend, because if you travel around Germany, you have to deal with the Deutsche Bahn, and nobody wants to do that because the Deutsche Bahn is bullshit. That was 2 days ago? Sunday when I had to travel home from my friend's place, I also had to interface with the Deutsche Bahn, with the German railway system, and it wasn't very fun, okay? Legit, you try to leave the place and immediately, hey, an ICE is currently on the tracks. Sorry. Okay, any more info? No. Okay, I understand. Are we gonna be able to leave? Huh? Don't know. Okay, cool. I'm not in peril, but I will be in 1 hour and 45 minutes when I have to go back in the Deutsche Bahn. God, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you to have a safe transport with the Deutsche Bahn. Yeah, German railway system doing their best to make lives miserable one step at a time. But one of the reasons why I wanted to pull up this TikTok is look at this dude and tell me, oh, a ban for certain people in certain places does anything to prevent crime that certain people want to inflict in certain places. You know, oh, we're gonna ban trans people from entering our bathrooms. This way, no men with evil intents would ever go into the bathroom and do anything evil. Sure, that's definitely why you're doing this, and that is definitely how that works. Totally not the fact that you just hate trans people. Totally not that. That couldn't possibly be the reason why you're doing this. No. We see, if you just say, hey, you're not allowed in here, you're not allowed to do this, people will listen, and they won't be doing this. Of course. Obviously. As was demonstrated in this TikTok. Hey, this is a women's only card. No men go in here. Obviously this worked. We could see. A visual example. Yeah, I imagined him going into the women's restroom and doing this as well. Right? It's like it's actually, I feel like it's kind of worse, low-key, because in the restroom, you have like separate stalls in there that you can lock. So it's like there's another barrier between like you and other people in the restroom. This is just, you're kind of sitting around here in this train. Like he could walk into, whoa, in Japan, they have women's only restrooms. Look. Yeah, just women. Okay. That guy. God, I have personal beef with him. As you should. Temperino's unpopular opinion is that Japan is overrated. It's kind of harsh over there when you do your research, but I think It's more about living there than just visiting. 100%. 1000% agree. It's the idolization of Japan online that really gets me too. Like, it's just a place. It's a place that has a society that's really tough to actually live in, first of all. Like, if you're a Japanese person living in Japan, trying to, you know, not be sad, live and thrive, not that easy. Second of all, online people will just idolize every single aspect of Japan for no good reason. There's this meme of the guy. It's at the top it says place. Guy is unimpressed. At the bottom it says place, but in Japan. Guy is cheering, and that is very true. I love describing memes out loud for you. By the way, my favorite thing. my favorite thing to do is describing visual memes to you using my words. It's like an exercise in speaking. And again, in the next federal budget, no big investments into the Deutsche Bahn. Why, Ampel, why? Because of the FDP, I would assume. Fucking, are we keeping the 50 euro ticket or not? I think that's still not decided, right? Because I want to keep it, please. I actually pay for my Bahn ticket now. Bundesregierung. I have stopped riding the tram illegally because of the 50 euro ticket. Let me keep it, or I will ride the tram illegally again. This is a threat. Put your hands up, hand it over. Let me pay you $50 a month. This is a threat, okay? Yeah, only thing that you can give them is like, streets are clean. Streets are clean. That's nice. It's a clean place. At least there's that. It's okay clean here. Depends which alley you go down. A woman-only gym is the only gym I would go to. I see that. I see that. I feel like that's probably good, yeah. I was thinking about the gym earlier today as well. And I didn't think about that. You know, like the closest gym here is not super far away. So I would just choose this one. But for a variety of reasons, I can definitely see why you would rather go to a women's only gym than like a mixed gym. Now, I've never been to the gym, so I can't say like, oh my god, I know that it's gonna be bad, but the chances of it being bad are not zero. Far from it, actually. In the Netherlands, we also have a women-only gyms. Oh yeah, makes me wonder how much gym bros try to hit on women in the gym. A lot. Definitely a lot. From what I've heard, it's not rare. We have women's-only gyms too, by the way. I pay for my ticket now. No, I want to continue paying for the tickets, but if they remove the ticket again, I'm not gonna pay for the ticket. You know what I mean? Like, they currently have a ticket in here in the country that is very nice. I like this ticket. It's a ticket that makes travel around the whole country possible for not an insane amount of money. Love that. If they get rid of this fucking ticket again, I'm gonna ride the tram illegally again, because I'm not paying for my tiny little commute all the time. Fuck that. You know? We have some in the US as well, and men hitting on, or just even mansplaining the workout to women at the gym is ever present. I bet. I've seen this a lot on like gym TikTok as well, or not. I'm not even on gym TikTok, but on TikToks being filmed in the gym where they catch where women filming themselves doing their workout reps for like their story or whatever. I don't know, to see their form. I guess is a good reason to film yourself doing a workout, or for vanity if you want to. You can see a lot of instances of men being not great. Calix has something called titties and ass. I know, a hard concept to grasp for you, baby girl. Rude, but true. And it's horrendous in normal gyms, I bet. Yeah, like, you and me, we're not the same. I feel like I could absolutely go, like, incognito mode, depending on, like, the fit. I feel like I could pass a gym session without being bothered, depending on the fit, 100%. For you, I don't think that's possible necessarily. You and me, we're not the same. Something sinner, something saint, right? I'm referencing a song, sorry. Word association is so bad. But I was watching Etoiles, right, yesterday. It's not just me. I'm not the only one, actually. Etoiles also does this. Anytime a word comes up that triggers a song in his brain, he will quote or sing the song. I do the same thing. I think it might be annoying. I can put on the little boy disguise, exactly. I can boy mode. I am able to boy mode in a way that is, I think, effective enough that people would just not. I don't know why, but the women who blatantly record themselves for TikTok so they can catch men looking at them to prove a point are the ones that get absolutely ignored. Maybe they see the camera. Maybe they see the camera. Boy mode. Boy mode. Boy mode. Boy mode. Yeah, sometimes I've also seen TikToks where you know, somebody was filming themselves at the gym, like doing a workout or whatever, and then they're like, look at this man, he was staring at me, so disgusting, but he just glanced over like every now and then. It's like, okay, calm down, this was fine, okay, this was absolutely not a problem. So you gotta see both ends of the spectrum. A very useful skill, yes. Around Zecke, people just simply do not haha disguise as a boy, as a young man. You don't need to feel down and say, young man. I mean, I haven't gone to the gym yet. I don't know. These are all hypotheses. I will only go to the gym once I can do, like, a good amount of push-ups by myself. Because at that point, if I can do, like, 50 plus push-ups, I'm no longer... I would benefit from having a gym membership, I think. Some sort of barrier like that, you know? Krankenwagen, again, by the way. If I can do like 50 push-ups and be fine, you know, not be like shaking and crying and throwing up, then I think maybe gym membership would make sense. I can't even see you, you're too short. Real. Yeah, maybe 50 is like maybe 50 is a good point. At the moment, I can do like 1 or 2. It increased from 0 to like 1 or 2. Not triceps push-ups, like not the ones where your arms are super close to your sides. Those, I have no idea how people are able to do that. That sounds insane to me. Hi, Joe Star. We're talking about working out and the gym and women's only spaces and all of that. Might as well be a boy instead of a young man. They're short men, okay? Short kings exist, okay? Yeah, triceps push-ups seem insane for me, by the way. JK, real though. And I must get into shape before you go into the place to get into shape. No, that's not what I mean though. I just wanna like maximize gains at home as much as possible before having to pay for a gym membership. You can, if you feel like you want to start out at the gym immediately, then go straight ahead, right? Not saying that that's a bad idea or anything, but if you don't want to pay immediately, just do body weight workouts first, and then when they don't like hit right anymore, then you can opt for a gym with equipment. Workout streams. Oh, it might be fun. Buff VTuber. I stumbled on a good stream. Teach me how to lift 10k kilograms, please. So first you do a push-up, then you do a pull-up. I don't know. I'm at the start of the journey. Okay, swear. You can maximize gains without the gym. Prison workout style. Yeah, basically that. I've been Googling a lot. This was low-key kind of because why I felt like in a bit of a sour mood earlier today. Because I was thinking about working out and I was like, I don't know if I'm doing this correctly. I don't know if I'm maximizing gains, okay? I want to maximize gains. I don't know if I am. I only started doing this very recently, so how can I tell? But you know, I'm just combing through various Reddits, reading a lot of advice and trying to pick the ones that are actually good, you know. You sound more like Hassan by the minute. Just you wait. 1 year, 2 years maybe, face reveal. My physique is Hassan's physique. There we go. Put on Eye of the Tiger, extended 1 hour. There you go. That's what you do. You can't just keep training at home. If you can just keep training at home, why would you go to a gym too? I agree with that. Like, if body weight workouts are fine, I think. Like, you can get quite far with that. Again, not an expert, but been reading a lot of Reddit. Reddit says it's basically fine. But once, like, starting to work out with weights is pretty nice, from what I've heard. So maybe you can just go to the gym later. That's me thinking. Me thinks. I feel like going to the gym gives you a reason to actually work out instead of skipping, though. True, because you have a subscription and you don't want your money to go to waste, so you have to go. It's a good motivation for some people as well. I agree. Look up the Pioneer if you're interested. He explains interesting stuff without a lot of the Chris Heria calisthenic influencer shit for. God, I'm so good at reading today. For training without a gym. Okay, I am writing this down. And by writing this down, I mean taking a picture with my phone of my chat. So I remember. I will look that up. It's always tough to find good reliable sources, especially for workout shit online, because, you know, you feel a little silly when you're like, biceps workout results gains quick. Well, don't write quick. That's already a bad start. But you will get those results anyway, even if you just write biceps workout or whatever. It's like, okay, become super swole in 1 month. It's like, no. I just want normal shit. I want normal shit. Normal stuff that actually works, that actual people do. Don't give me... Stop. Stop with the weird clickbait. I know this is weird clickbait, you know? Yeah, you can absolutely relate, which is why I say fixating on optimizing your workout is a great way to never actually get around to working out. True. Very true. As long as you do something, always better than doing nothing, unless, again, I think I said this before, unless you have like such horrible posture and form that you hurt yourself, then rather do nothing instead of hurting yourself. Do make yeah, if it hurts too much, you're doing something wrong. If it hurts a little, it's good. Also, local Antifa lefty places do sports programs together, like basic fitness or self-defense. So that is a big recommend. If I find that might be nice. I'm a little shy for community sports. I want to be like a little bit more in shape before doing community sports, perhaps. Another reason why I wouldn't walk into the gym immediately, although the gym is like, for me, in my head, the gym is like a solitary space. You see other people, but you don't interact. Something like that. Become Hassan Physique in 1 month. Exactly like that, yes. I think the cheat code to finding motivation is to have none and just treat it like you would school or work. I kind of agree with that. Don't force yourself to do it, because then you realize how hard it is and just self-sabotage. It depends. Motivation is a tricky thing. Currently, I have motivation. So motivation is currently definitely not my problem. I'm just worrying about not doing it good enough. That is what was my problem earlier today. Which happens. Oh no, the horrors of the... Oh my god, immediately, Calix! We talked about it 2 seconds ago, and immediately Calix's train is like, nope, I'ma head out. Head out. off tangent, Macus is doing Monopoly thing here, and I want a 1-year access to a fitness app. Now that's absolutely on point. Martial arts is so interesting, but it's not really like what I'm thinking about at the moment. Martial arts is good to know though. Like, you can... Some of these fucking buff-ass dudes wouldn't know how to fight. Like, Hassan also says that. Hassan doesn't know how to fight at all. He's just buff, which is also good, you know? Do that if you want. But I would also like to fight a bit. It takes a bit of time to find reliable resources online that don't just try to sell you, like, weird pre-workout supplements or shit like that. 100% true. Like, if you just drink your protein shake, you will be fine. Okay, there might be, like, a replacement type train, but they don't know yet. I sure would love to know to get home today. Getting home today would be great for you, Calix. I believe in you. I believe in Calix's ability to get home, but I do not believe in the Deutsche Bahn, so these two positions will have to contend with each other somehow. You did jiu-jitsu for 8 years. How was it? Did you like it? I've never done any sort of like martial arts at all, so I don't know. I think I would prefer learning with like bouldering or stuff like that. Most people that do boxing or karate don't know how to fight either. Fair. No, and you are unfortunately not ripped. Not everybody who does martial arts is ripped, which is also fine, by the way. Is that the same? Jesus, I found the YouTube. I'm fond of the YouTube channel Hybrid I can't say this word. Calisthenics. I can say this word. Not to be confused with Hybrid Calisthenics. The guy is so friendly and chill. Damn, there's a lot of good YouTube channels. I'll find it. If you need protein shit, I can give you good German firms. Thank you. That is fine. I'll just try to get enough protein with like beans. I've been buying a lot of chickpeas. I love chickpeas. I'm eating chickpeas more because I do like chickpeas are the best food. By the way, chickpeas are literally the best food. Chickpeas supremacy. Chickpeas are the best. More chickpeas and hummus. I mean, they're just made. One is made out of the other, but you know. Lots of exercises, push-ups, running around, and then we learn technique, like rolling. Oh, I love rolling. Zecke eating bean, yeah. Beans, like fucking kidney beans. Kidney beans are nice, but I don't know how to make good kidney beans yet. But, you know, you can look that up. And chickpeas. Chickpeas are easy, because chickpeas, I could literally just get a can of chickpeas and just eat those. because they're nice like that anyway. Should we maybe perhaps potentially go to talk a little bit more about the stuff on the docket? I love this tangent though. You will hear more about this. Maybe I will actually go to the gym in winter though. Also a thing that I couldn't think of doing, at least not right now, is going to the gym in summer. Because that just sounds nightmarish to me. Because you have to walk home, right? If you want to... I live close, right? To this gym here. If I want to go to this gym here, I would probably shower at home. So I would have to walk home. And it'd be sweaty. Hate that. Love eating children. Kind of want to draw that now? Do it. Do it. How to fall seems like my kind of technique. Because I constantly fall flat in my life. No, Pino, no. But knowing how to fall is good. You can like... roll. Learn how to roll for parkour. Anyway, did you know that Akio Entertainment, that's not quite their company name, but close, hired a miner to work under them as a VTuber, and they updated us on the situation again. Also, by the way, I want you to notice one thing. Akio Air is their actual name. All of these links are called twitter.com, right? Twitter.com, 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 twitter.com. But why is my post x.com? Why is this... Why... Oh god, this is way too close. You can't... Oh no, I zoomed in too close. Why is my post x.com while every other post is twitter.com? What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? What is up? Yeah, gym in summer is awful. The heat, the smell coming together. You can't really, like... air out the gym either, I bet. I wonder if the gym here has like great air conditioning because they're very modern. They're like a modern looking one. I don't know. Why is mine X and everybody else's is Twitter? I feel betrayed, okay? Why would they even... Yeah, exactly. Calix wasn't here last time when we discussed it, but I don't see the point in doing this. There's gotta be more talented older people. Apparently she's 15. 15 is the age that I've heard, which is worse than I imagined, because I thought for sure like 16, 17. 15 is even worse. If I can't liften, then it's not a good place for me. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? X-Clan versus Bluebird. Clan fight to the death. But I want to be on the side of the bird, though. I want to be on the side of the bird. Now, I haven't read this announcement yet because they're so fucking wordy. But apparently it's not good because all the comments are very, none of them are like, yay, you did it. So we'll see what that's all about. They hired a 15-year-old for the job. Why would you even? Legitimately, there's no positives to doing this. But that's one of my biggest issues with it. So, they updates and response regarding no fees. Notice this announcement aims to clarify rumors, clarification for our talents, and our updated Twitter policy for no fees specifically. So much text. Holy shit, it's cheaper, I guess. Also, hello, Antier. Hello. I guess it's cheaper, I suppose. Could be cheaper. The rest is bad reasons. Like, look at all this backlash they're getting. I would never hire a minor for entertainment. Children are simply not even funny. True. I think it's 15. 15 is the number that I've heard. I don't know if they ever clarified it. I don't know where this number came from. I haven't verified it, but you know. Yes, the child star thing is getting into VTuber stuff now too, and it sucks. Like, we don't need more of this. Okay, let's read it. I'm sure we have enough to talk about when we read about that. Unless, of course, the 15 thing is fake, but I don't know. We'll see. We would like to express our gratitude to everyone for the valuable feedback and comments received concerning our previous notice regarding no fee. In response, we are committed to providing further details to enhance transparency in our actions. I literally don't know what they could be adding to make this any better, so I guess we'll figure it out. I have questions. Is there a lot of drama between VTubers, and what are the most common stereotypes? Because to me it's all new and I didn't hear much positives about them ever since I heard about their existence. I feel like I'm not very engaged with like interpersonal drama, by the way. I don't know about that, but there is a lot of drama. Very, like shit tons of interpersonal drama, as always. I have a lot of problems with agencies that do VTubing for like a variety of reasons, but other than that, I don't know. I cover VTuber drama every now and then, so if you tune in for those moments, then you get a glimpse into it all. There's a bad rabbit hole about this. Even more, Jesus. First and foremost, we acknowledge that we should have taken proactive steps to provide a greater protection for Nofi's Twitter account from the outset. To address this, we have implemented the following policies. Our management team will now oversee Nofi's Twitter account temporarily before relaying, it's very small text, any information to her. Okay. Interesting. Any comments, regardless of intent, that could be construed as attacks, harassment, or those that we believe would make Nofi highly uncomfortable will be moderated through pruding, hiding, and blocking for Nofi's well-being. Seems like hiring the minor was not a good idea. Perhaps. Yeah, no more so than with any other subculture, though. Yeah, I think so too. Like, other YouTubers have just the same amount of drama and beef, I think. I bet some VTubers have like double superhero identity dilemma like Spider-Man. It is an interesting subject to talk about, how much a VTuber plays a character and how much they're a real person on screen and how that affects the viewer. That's something I like to talk about a lot and think about because it's weird and it's different for every VTuber too. Like, I don't play a character much at all, but some people do. Due to the extensive scrutiny. Also, they said temporarily. Like, how long? Until she's 18? So 3 years? Or, like, what's temporarily? Anyway, due to the extensive scrutiny and potential misinterpretation of tweets, likes, and comments, Nofi's Twitter account will now serve exclusively for official announcements and will not be used for personal commentary at this time. So they basically removed her from her Twitter account completely. Almost like she shouldn't have had it in the first place. Perhaps. I'm a little oh no, my stream health. Okay, it was bad for a second. Are we back? Okay, cool. Internet went red for a second. I am pretty anti-corporate on principle. That is true. Like, even the good ones. So what do you do for work? Well, I professionally filter creepy messages for an underage VTuber. Imagine that, dude. There's a good chance that this girl is a groom child from another now defunded VTuber group. Really? Oh my god, that's the rabbit hole? That is so bad. If that's true, that's so fucking bad. Jesus. That's what got me into VTubers in the first place, trying to figure out where each one draws the line between the real selves and the characters. I also find it very interesting, because even the ones that, like, supposedly play a character full on, that's not possible unless you're, like... Unless you stream very, very rarely and not for a long amount of time. Because if you stream every day for 3 hours, or even a little bit less than that, your real characteristics are gonna bleed into the VTuber persona. Because if you act for that long, that is not sustainable. Or the VTuber persona is gonna bleed into your real life. Either way, it's weird. It's very weird. So this is... Jesus. Yeah, Shion and Hato were underage when they joined on Hololive as well. Yes, which also they don't do anymore, thank God. Furthermore, we would like to apologize for any delay in addressing rumors. We want to inform you with Nofi and her legal guardian's external expression that she will be receiving her legal majority status next year. So does this mean she's 17 after all? Or is she from somewhere else? Legal majority status. I think you can get that early, but maybe. I am confused. I don't know what this means. While we have recognized her legal and cultural eligibility to make decisions, exercise civil rights, and participate in elections, which may be acceptable for individuals 18 and older in other regions, we had initially declared her as a minor. This was done in the interest of maintaining transparency on this matter. That's a very complicated fucking paragraph. I heard that she's 15, but I didn't see, like, proof of that or anything. Birth certificate. Drop the birth. I'm kidding, of course. We want to see the birth certificate. I'm still trying to parse this fucking paragraph, by the way. So she receives her... I'm gonna Google this. Legal majority status. Hello, new tab, please. Legal majority status. Meaning... The age of majority is the threshold of legal adulthood as recognized by law. It's the moment when a person ceases to be considered a minor and assumes legal control over their person, actions, decisions, thus terminating the control and legal responsibility of their parents or guardian. Okay, so that's 18? In Germany. Is that 18 everywhere? It should be 18 then. Reading is hard. Okay, it is, especially when... It's weird. But then that would mean she's 17, right? But I heard she was 15. Bro, I don't know. I don't know how old it is. Yeah, it should be 18 everywhere. So it is just that. Hi, Ola, welcome. You can't... But I cannot miss the news day. You cannot possibly miss the news day. Welcome to stream. I love sleeping in though. Don't do it anymore, but I sure do like it in theory. Huh. So the people saying she's 15, that's not correct. So she's probably... Wait, let me read again. Which may be acceptable for individuals 18 and older in other regions. We had initially declared her as a minor. So just say how old she is, okay? Just say how old she is. This would be so much more easier. Jesus Christ. This is incredibly confusing. The ambiguity makes this whole thing way worse. Like, maybe she's 17 then. I thought she was 17 before I heard that she was 15. Jesus Christ. Okay. Where is she from? I don't know. If I remember right, she should be 17 at the moment. Okay, so we're rolling with 17. Okay, that was my initial, like, vibe check thought. Okay. Regarding harassment directed towards our talents, during our audition process, we enlist external members to assist in evaluating. Then, like, if she's 17, again, just wait a second. Like, just wait a second. They could have so easily avoided this. Wait, like, 6 months, dude, to hire this fucking person. You don't need to hire her right now. She's gonna turn 18 in 6 months anyway. Just wait. It cannot possibly be this urgent. Bruh. Legit. How did you declare that she was a minor even? Yo, this girl is underage, by the way. They kind of did do that, yeah. So she seems to be 17. Basically, ambiguous way of saying that she's gonna be 18, but for now she's 17. That's what I read too. But, like, why not write it, like, clearly like this? They wrote it incredibly, like, complicated for no reason. Like, there's no reason to write it. Okay, whatever. They just like to do that to seem very official, I think. Doesn't matter. We wish to emphasize that none of our onboarding talents participated in this decision-making process concerning the recruitment of other talents. Yeah, of course. Obviously. Because I guess the others were being harassed, which obviously I do not condone. Don't harass other people that are in the same company. They have nothing to do with that. The responsibility for evaluating Nofi's abilities and bringing her on board lies solely within our management team. Well, you should just wait a year. It cannot possibly be this hard. Our talents were not informed in this process. Yeah, of course. We kindly request that any concerns or feedback required related to our decision to include Nofi not be directed towards our talents. They are not involved in her recruitment or in our... I get it. Yeah, I understand that. Audition said they wanted 18-year-olds, so I wonder if they scouted her beforehand, right? It must be something like that. Their audition says 18-year-olds, but they went against that on purpose. This could have all been so easily avoided if they just waited, like, a little bit. I don't see why they did this at all. First option, don't hire her at all. Don't hire her, wait until she's 18. Second option, hire her, but keep the ambiguity since she's gonna be 18 soon anyway. They fricked us up the first move. They really did. They really, really did. I don't even remember what spurred their announcement to talk about her being underage. I don't know how this came out. But, like, keep her as a trainee or something instead if you do that. I know that's, like, a K-pop idol term, but, you know. You didn't have to make this big of a deal out of it, and now it's always going to, like, accompany her. I think a 17-year-old can be quite mature already and stuff like that. But with all of this, they didn't need to stir up all of this drama about it. Nothing that they did made this any better for her or for anybody. Guys, we got a new VTuber for you. She's underage, by the way, so don't be creeps. Again, yes, she is a minor, and we won't tell you how old she is, right? Like, that is so weird. Just say 17. Just say 17. 17 is literally the best possible option. Why wouldn't you say that? I don't get that. Because... Right, when somebody says, hey, I'm a minor, by the way, you don't know if they're 17 or 11. And you tend to think closer to 11 because if you're 17, you usually just say that you're 17. 17 is literally the best one out of all of the options that you could be when you say that you're a minor in this circumstance, right? Why don't you just say it? I don't understand. Yeah, they haven't even debuted yet. Could have waited even, right? They just created a magnet for like creeps and drama. I don't think this will be a positive development for them. Like, yes, it stirred engagement. I now know who they are, which I didn't beforehand, but I don't think they're gonna get a lot of like positive engagement from that. It's just gonna be very annoying for her. We'll have to see how it turns out in the end, of course. I'm not a truthseer, you know, not somebody who can see into the future. I'm not clairvoyant, you could say, but I feel like she's gonna have a rough time probably. Like, this can't be good for her at all. I wish her the best. Like, she didn't do anything wrong. She just wanted to be a VTuber with an agency, which, you know, like, maybe that's not the best choice, but you don't know what the best choice is for yourself necessarily. That's fine. But that's just a bummer. They haven't even debuted yet. Yeah, damn, I was giving their competence the benefit of the doubt at this point, but man, this was handled so badly. Never has anything ever been handled so badly before. It's absolutely astounding. Wow. How it accompanies Shion, like, does it accompany Shion and Hachama? No, it does not. Well, that happened before, as far as I know, because I didn't even know about Shion and Hachama being hired before they were 18. That happened before Hololive was big, right? And they didn't announce it, probably. I would assume. I would simply assume that they didn't put out statements as such before the two of them made their debuts. And, or they weren't, like, that much in the public eye, at least, I guess. I wasn't aware of them. If I'm not aware of something, it's not in the public eye, because I'm the public. I'm a part of the public. So the situation is a little bit different in that regard. This is gonna be one hell of an awkward debut stream. I bet. I can see that. Although I hope that people are just gonna be nice to her, at least like in like side chat. But she's still gonna know all of this drama went down, and she's gonna be extra nervous because of that. That's just how it's gonna be, right? But I do hope that people are nice to her. Companies, try not to overcomplicate things challenge. Fucking companies. Yeah, pretty sure. Hachama is known for being crazy, and Shion is the garlic witch. And Gura's wife. I see. It's talent discretion to say these things, which makes sense for the most part. I just think that agencies should hire adults. Shocker. Yeah, I do feel bad for her, though, for sure. 100%. The anxiety is going to be much more intense now due to all of this going down than before. I remember there was a VTuber group when all of them were underage and people found out the person who created them were oh my god, we're sexualizing them. Good thing that the VTuber group doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, I am not surprised, sadly, but thank god they disbanded. I mean, this shit is ubiquitous. This shit is everywhere, but still, I feel like we can still speak out against it at the very least. Another thing that I've seen, by the way, this is not here to be like, hey, sign this petition, because I don't actually think that... I find it funny that this... Well, maybe not funny, but I find it weird that this petition exists, because I don't think... I don't think this would do anything, to be honest. There's a petition... God, I cannot speak. There's a petition floating around that apparently needs 500... signatures to recast or retire Akio Air's minor talent Princess Nofi, which I don't think that would do anything. Like, even if this was signed, petitions are kind of like, petitions don't do that much to begin with most of the time, even when it's a little bit more important than this, but I don't think the company would care about that. Oh, she is from that group? Really? Oh my god, the lore. The lore is thick, and the lore is dark and deep and not good. So they wrote a whole little essay in this petition thing, and I understand the intention behind it, but I don't know how I feel about it. Not particularly positive. That company was owned by Creep too, and we don't know what Akio Air CEO is like. Yeah, I bet they're not that bad. I would assume, I would hope, but generally my faith in CEOs is kind of not the highest, generally, so... That petition kind of paints a negative picture of the talent too. Does it as well? Right, yeah. Like flirting with adult VTubers, and like it shows examples blaming her and shit like that. Yeah, I'm not in favor. I've seen this petition before, and it first of all, it wouldn't do anything. Absolutely not. Second of all, it's the way that it's written with like accusing her of being in the wrong for doing these things that she's doing. It's kind of icky. I just wanted to show you, hey, this exists. That's weird. Don't sign it. Probably. Everyone always thinks about the CEO, but nobody ever thinks about the other bigwigs at the company. There's more than just the CEO. It's true. From how Mew interacted with CEO and founder in her stream before, seems like it's an okay guy. Well, we can hope. Let's be positive about it. You never know from like public interactions specifically if a person is a good person or not, but we can hope about it. And Yago has a good public image as well. But public image and like actual personality are not necessarily in alignment with each other, oftentimes. But still, we can assume the best of people. Nobody ever thinks about the poor CEO when they strike. True, right? They're always beating, they're always punching down, you know, the little guy, the CEOs, the 1%. They're the most minor minority in the world. They're literally the 1%. We should be so nice to them, right? Yeah, Yago still seems to be pretty based. Fingers crossed that he actually is, right? And Mew is an Akio Air talent. That makes sense. I assumed as much. People have been discussing this TikTok. I guess I also want to discuss this TikTok. It's honestly not that important. But I put it in here, so we're gonna talk about it. Protect minority rights of CEOs, of the 1% of the billionaires. Sakina from Face Connect is seen more as a punching bag. Is that their CEO? Do the talents like to make fun of their CEO? I support it. So this TikTok, have you seen this TikTok floating around? Do I have to? It's this song. My hangrin is leaving my body the moment that I have my food. And we're all the person at the next table was the caption with which this was uploaded. This has a crazy amount of interactions, by the way. A lot of people have seen this. And yeah, that is very cringy. This is cringy behavior. I like this song. I used to like the song before it was in absolutely every single TikTok on the planet. I've heard it so many times. I would like to not hear it anymore, please. Cupid by 50/50. That song has been in my head for a month now. Yeah. The face of the other girl. Yes. The person in the back is like, why? Simply why? And there's discourse about this TikTok, which is why I'm showing it to you, not just to be like, haha, that's kind of cringy, but people have been debating whether or not we should be cringing at this. Generally, I think cringe is, you know, don't make cringe compilations. It's over. We don't cringe anymore. We're over this era of the internet, okay? We had our little cringe phase, and now we're out of calling people out for enjoying themselves. However, I don't think this is super harmful to point out that we too would be the person in the back in this TikTok. Some people have been making the claim that this is fucking ableist. I've heard that this is trying to make fun of autistic people somehow. As someone who may also be one of them, but not diagnosed, so who knows, but also has a lot of friends who are, in fact, on the spectrum. Yep. Probably not. None of my friends have ever done this. I don't think this is actually calling out autistic people, by the way. Who the fuck ever makes that argument is more of an ableist person than the person actually making fun of this TikTok. Honestly, that's where that's what it brings it back to, right? People who are like, oh, how dare you make fun of this cringy moment. This is ableist against autistic people who are all definitely exactly like this. Don't you realize that that statement in and of itself is way more ableist than anything that the other people said? Don't you realize that? It's kind of funny though. Hi Greed, welcome. I'm back to chat. A girl has the face I make when I see someone's food arriving and I'm still waiting on mine. Oh my god, same though. Same. A lot of TikTok is cringe. At least the face of the other girl makes it a meme, though. I agree. Meowdy gamers, today I bring to you the plague. Thank you! Thank you for the plague. Ableist against cringe people. True. There's a lot of discussion about this whole subject, and I guess there has been, at least I've seen a bunch of it. Like, or is cringy, is calling out cringy, quote unquote cringy behavior in general always ableist? But I think calling it ableist is kind of, it's a whole fucking rabbit hole. I thought I had more concise thoughts on this, but as I'm figuring out, as I'm speaking about it right now, it's a bit of a jumble. It's a bit of a jumble right now. Hi Crow, hello. You're so late. You had to run errands. You missed a lot of gym talk. A lot of gym talk. We talked about the gym a lot, and the minor VTuber as well from last time, that sort of thing. Yeah, she's grooving in public. I don't see how it's ableist. No, not what she's doing, but calling, like making jokes about it apparently is bad. I don't even think this is a particularly bad joke or anything. It's just, it's behavior that's kind of weird in public and people are making a little bit of fun of it. I don't think that's a problem. I understand that you should also just live and let live, right? Like, if a person is doing something that's weird to you, don't be like an ass about it. That's another side of the coin. But if it's like harmless ribbing, I don't see a problem with it. You know what I mean? Talking about gym talk, I just picked up my new exercise mat. Let's go. We're all gonna get so buff. We are all gonna get so buff. Normalize calling fascism cringe though. Oh, 100%. Always. I just wish we could socially be more conscious about fascism and less about cringe. True. Very true. Live, laugh, lobotomy. Don't say that. Fascism is the truest cringe. Realer words have never been spoken. So as I'm now realizing that I do not have a very coherent argument for this, I think you're allowed to make fun of stuff sometimes. As long as you're not mean about it. As long as you don't do like ad hominem attacks, you know? Like, if you call out, hey, making this TikTok and posting it online, that's also a part of the equation, right? Making this TikTok and posting it online, yeah, that you're looking a little bit silly right now, you know? Your activity is looking a little bit silly right now. But as long as they reserve their criticism for the posting and filming of the video and not the person themselves, I think it's fine. Yeah, I guess that's a pretty good metric to go by. It's crystallizing. It's getting clearer. My head is clear. I can see the truth. And also, if they did this but didn't film it, it would also be another level again. Like, if the person in the back whipped out her phone and filmed her doing this without her consent, without her knowing, that would be bad. Don't do this. Don't film people in public who are just having fun. And upload it. God forbid. Definitely don't do that. But if they are uploading themselves doing something in public that's kind of weird and posting it themselves, then you can make fun of it. I am making the law right now of what you can make fun of and what you can't. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the Procreate info. Yes, I'm super hyped of that. I heavily dislike the current trend of filming other people without their knowledge, yes, and filming yourself, but openly putting the people in the background on blast. That's also tiring. I agree with that as well. Like, I don't know if this was her intention to film the person in the back at all. Like, I can see how you're sometimes just blind to people in the background. But if that's the intention, yeah. I am the authority of cringe, yes, I am. I too am cringe, but I will judge. Yes, same. And yes, let people be cringe in public, but I'm also a little hater by heart. See, you have to balance these things. I feel that. This would technically be illegal in Europe if the girl in the background didn't consent it to be uploaded. But like the focus of the thing is the main yeah, she's not a crowd though. The girl in the background is not a crowd. You should have put something like a little sticker over her face, technically, you're right. Datenschutzgesetz, baby. Of course you make the law. Zecke is our goddess after all, yes. And pray to me, the law-making goddess, obviously. Duh. Clearly. I am the authority on cringe. So this is the rules. Please abide by them. I have set them in place now, and you please listen and do as I've told you. I have now figured out my thoughts on the matter, and I am glad to be moving on. Because it is a little bit of a split. Like, yeah, don't make fun of people, but also we are little haters at heart, and sometimes judging people is a little bit fun, but you gotta, like, measure it. So, or the secret third option, You can judge, but just keep it to yourself. Just don't say anything. That's always okay. You can always do that. If you judge in your head, go ahead. Feel free. Obviously. Typical leftist authoritarianism. Yes, that is obviously me. No masters, no gods, no masters, except for me. Obviously. Duh. As a lawyer always says, it depends. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Now we have an actual news article that I would like to look at, and some memes following that. We are going to have a somewhat local AfD mayor. Another one. Another one. Thanks. Another one. AfD candidate is leading the Thüringen communal election. Would you translate it like that? Local election. Yeah, I guess that makes more sense. Kommunalwahl. It's like a local thing. Anarcho-syndicalism with cringe elements. Yes. Oh, he looks so nice. I wonder what his politics are. This is that... Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm literally illiterate. I just tried to read his name, but I forgot German as a language, and I was really confused about his name for a second. I'm tired. Oh god, Calix, so am I. I thought his name was Löstjörg. This is way too funny to me, oh god. This is not that funny, dude. I thought his name was Löstjörg Prophet. I thought that was his full name, was Löstjörg Prophet. He is Löst. That's his name. Same. Jesus Christ. I hope you're having a wonderful night. I am. You will cry yourself to sleep. I hope it gets better for you. I hope it gets better. Where's York? Who lost York? Jesus. Lost York. York is lost. I can't. Lost York. Okay. Löst Jörg Prophet. That's still a name and a half. Jörg Prophet is his name, apparently. So the question is Jörg Prophet going to replace the Parteilos, not with a party, Mayor Kai Buchmann? God, great translation of that sentence. We're vibing, we're thriving. I thought his full name was Löst Jörg Prophet, so like, it can't get worse from here on out. Is it lost of the York Prophet family? Or is York his second name? I thought, at first I thought his name was Löst York. Like, York was his last name. Then I thought it was his middle name. Yes, first name, second name, last name. Bro, I'm melting. My brain is dripping out my ears. This man has been loosed a long time ago. He certainly has. Okay, actually, let's never do German again unless... unless I absolutely have to. Will Jörg Prophet replace the independent incumbent Kai Buchmann? Well, we'll see, huh? I remember going grocery shopping and trying to read Cyrillic as English. God, yes. You're so me. You are so me, for real, for real. So what is this guy's name then? Jörg Prophet. Prophet. Jörg Prophet. Again, crazy level last name still. Imagine your last name is Prophet. That's wild. That's kind of wild. That's kind of, that goes hard. But not for him. If it was me, that would go hard. But for him, it does not go hard. Okay. The proven right-wing extremist Thüringen AfD leader Höcke is certain. In 2 weeks, his party will appoint its first mayor. Didn't they have another one? Didn't they have another one? Or was that not a mayor? That was like a different thing. God. Everything's melding together. So this is what Jesus' last name really was, yes. Will he lead Germany or just or only the Jerfew? Jerfew. Don't worry about it, just Jerfew. No AfD leader for Germany just now. Thank God. He has Jörg Prophet. I'm gonna oscillate between those pronunciations, by the way. To thank for this, the 61-year-old entrepreneur is the favorite in the runoff election in the former SPD stronghold Nordhausen. Now, I always think Thüringen has like 4 cities, by the way. It has more than 4 cities, but I know 4 of them. I live here. I know 4. Well, I know 4 of them well, okay? The second I'll speak a little bit of French accent, or am I mishearing? Oh god, it's all crumbling down. It's all crumbling down. Entrepreneur. Yes. It's the only way to pronounce that. Actually. The AfD also, yeah, what type of entrepreneur is he? The AfD has another chance to win a top municipal office in Thüringen. Their candidate, a 61-year-old entrepreneur, I cannot. These languages are melting my brain. Jörg Profit received 42.1% of the vote in the mayoral election in the Thüringen industrial and university town of Nordhausen. Google like maps necessarily on stream too much, but like where is Nordhausen in Thüringen? I would like to see. It looks nice. The image that shows up when you look at it on on Google. Nordhausen is here. That is oh, it's in the north. North House is in the north. It's far up north. I forget that Thüringen goes that far north. It's a straight line in my head. It's always a straight line in my head. It does not go that far north. It's very northern, very northern. When you hear the French accent, it sounds like they're about to spit mid-sentence. Yes, it's very... No, North House is the north? I know. Who would have thunk it? I am shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. And I need to go. You need to do my new job. Oh, well, congrats for new job. See you around, Aaron. Nordhausen is an industrial and university town? Jeez, I only knew them for the liquor, right? I didn't know that they had a university of note either. Anyway, as a spokeswoman for the city administration has announced, okay, he achieved by far the best results amongst other 5 applicants in the runoff election on September 24th. Profit will have to, okay, that's soon. Profit will have to compete with the independent incumbent Kai Buchmann, who received 23.7% of the vote. Not looking too good. Now, if all the other parties come together and vote for Kai Buchmann instead, and none of them jump over to Jörg Profit, maybe. Oh, you have an interview tomorrow! I should probably be researching the company instead of being here. True, that's very soon for you. Tomorrow is much sooner for Warren than it is for me, so fingers crossed for you. Just be charming. You got it. The voter turnout was 56%, huh? In the 2017 election, it was 44%-ish. Well, 45% rounded up, actually. In the first round. Well, that's... Not a lot, I feel like. A runoff election is necessary if none of the applicants reaches 50% threshold in the first round, of course. Yeah, could be higher. Not particularly high, but, you know, it is what it is. Good luck, Warren. And Aaron, too, yes. The AfD, which is classified as a suspected right-wing extremist, or, like, party, case is what they wanted to say, by the Federal Office for the Protection of the Constitution, has won a district election in Thüringen and a mayoral election in Sachsen-Anhalt since the end of June. Yeah, it was a district election in Thüringen that they had earlier. And in Sachsen-Anhalt. Fucking Sachsen-Anhalt. Suspected right-wing extremists is so funny. It's so funny. Just fucking ban them. Like, some of them, a lot of their members are, like, proven right-wing extremists. As they said up here. Proven right-wing extremists. Bernd Höcke. Bernd. Like, why are they still around? Jesus fucking Christ. It all started with the district of Sonneberg in southern Thüringen. I remember, where the AfD politician Robert Sesselmann, by the way, I don't know why they do this. Google translates it wrong. It's Sesselmann in German, but Google Translate always makes it a different type of chair. I will never get over this. Was elected the first district administrator of the AfD. Thüringen so often seems the center of Germany's chaos. It's wild. Yeah, it's not great. We have, like, nothing going on except for this shit. Truly. Höcke reacts... Well, and Sachsen, though. Don't forget Sachsen. Höcke reacts confidently. This means that another success like in Sonneberg seems possible, even though Nordhausen was not considered a stronghold of the AfD just a few months ago. Yay. Thüringen's AfD state spokesman Stefan Möller commenting on the result in Nordhausen. State party led Björn Höcke wrote on... State party leader, sorry, I cannot read anymore today, wrote on Twitter, by the way, that he was sure that the AfD could appoint its first mayor in 2 weeks. Yay. News are great. I love engaging with current happenings. It's amazing. It's the green heart of Germany after all. Isn't it the lung? Aren't we the lung of Germany because of Schwarzwald? AfD candidate Prophet, the fact that his name is fucking Prophet, primarily focuses on local political issues in Nordhausen's election campaign. According to his own statements, he has gained experience as a member of the district council. Okay, disputes, and this is a pretty long. No, this is not long. Never mind. I was like, is this pretty long? Because it looks like it on the side. Nordhausen is the district town. Is the district town? Oh, does that mean that it's like the capital of its district? Maybe. Wait, I can check that if I just look at the actual German. Is Kreisstadt? Okay. Don't know what that means. And has around 42,000 inhabitants. So it's like medium-sized, bit smaller-ish medium-sized. Almost 37,000 people were eligible to vote. The SPD candidate and Mayor Alexandra Rieger received 19% of the votes. The non-party school principal Andreas Trump. Bro, imagine running for mayor and your last name is Trump. Who ran for the CDU, received 11%. The other candidates scored in the low single digits. Fucking Andreas Trump. Imagine your town is being like governed by Trump, but it's a different one. Turing has 3 people sitting in the forest distilling schnapps. Man, I wish that was true. That would be so much better. Nordhausen has long been an SPD stronghold, but has seen many changes. They're a university city. You'd think they'd be more progressive, but apparently not. At the top of the city in the past 11 years. This year's mayoral election is also marked by internal disputes and personal disputes. Incumbent Buchmann was temporarily suspended in the spring following an administrative court decision. He has been back in office since August. Also weird. The district accuses him of breaches of duty. Okay. Thüringen state politicians, such as the parliamentary group leader of the left in the state parliament, Steffen Dittes, fear the normalization of a right-wing extremist party. It sure does seem like that is happening, no? In Thüringen, the AfD, with its boss Höcke, is classified and observed by the state office for the protection of the constitution as a proven right-wing extremist. He literally is one. Why is he allowed to just do the shit that he does? I do not know. Clean your flat, do that. Maybe I can catch some stream later. Have fun though. Thank you. I'll try. You can definitely. I actually on Discord, I don't know if you knew, we have a little content suggestion thingy where I look into this channel sometimes, and then I choose some of the content that I would like to talk about it. You can send it over there. Clean that flat. Get that flat real nice and shiny. Dittes fears that normalizing the AfD at local level would in the long term remove barriers that still exist at the state and federal level. I agree. Peterson maybe do it. No, don't do that. By the way, Nordhausen lost about 20% of its population since 1990. I think that's happening a lot generally. Like the east of Germany is not really like growing in their population for the most part, because everybody's moving to the west if they're able. Like young people are moving away, and old people die. A couple more decades and the AfD is the mayor of nothing. Well, if you see it like that, that's kind of a positive outlook, I guess. Normalizing the Nazi groups? No thanks. I wish we could just say no thanks and they would listen, but alas, they don't listen. I'm pretty sure this tweet just says the same thing again, but from somebody else. Yeah. That's just stating the fact again. I don't know why I put this tweet in additionally. I wish to be the mayor of nothing except for cats and a dog. I feel like you kind of are. You can be the mayor of 4 cats and a dog. If they live under your roof, you're kind of their mayor. You could be. Another related AfD news that I have gathered for you here today is the following. This is Alice Weidel, who is one of... I said that last name super weird. Who is one of the leaders of the AfD party, and the statements she's making, a little bit weird, a little bit odd, a little bit peculiar. I would like to show it to you. I only have one cat yet, and he's the mayor here. True. Actually, if you have cats, yeah, no, never mind. That's not realistic at all. If you said that you wanted to be the mayor of a couple of dogs, doable, actionable. Mayor of cats, maybe not so much. It's actually very unfortunate. Only older people remaining makes it so much more isolated from each other. It's true. It's true. It's not a good situation over here. I know. Shocking news. So, open, like, contradictions, that's the word. Yeah, obviously. Obvious contradictions are literally the program of the AfD. You live in a gay marriage, but you agitate against a tolerant LGBT society. Of course. Queer society? No, not for me. But you being Alice Weidel, living in a gay marriage. Because she said, I am not queer. Instead, I am married to a woman that I know for 20 years. What does this mean? What did she mean by this? I am not queer. Instead, I'm married to a woman whom I've known for 20 years. Does she mean she's doing like marriage fraud? You know, doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like she would like to admit to that either. You know, marrying for tax benefits. Not really the thing either. This is Alice Weidel in reply of an ARD listener question that posed the following question: how do you yourself handle the open antagonism towards the queer community by your party? And she's like, I'm not queer. Bestie, I don't think it works like that. I do not think it works like that. They're just roommates. They're just roommates who are married. Fascists just thriving in horrible living situations. Fascism thrives on horrible living situations. 100% true. Something in history will say they're roommates. But they're literally married. They are literally married. And her wife is for marriage for all in Switzerland, by the way. So really can't imagine how that will work out, right? Like, they live in Switzerland. They don't even live in Germany, as far as I know. And they are literally a queer couple. What do you mean you are not queer? You are queer. Just the hypocrisy of people who are like parts of right-wing parties, even though it conflicts so clearly with their identity, is something I will never be able to understand, like, at all. Yeah, she's saying, like, I'm not gay, I just married a woman. Okay. She literally said no homo. It's like she kisses her wife goodnight, like, in bed, and then afterwards she will silently whisper to herself, no homo though, and that'll somehow make it normal, I guess. How dare you assume they are queer just because she's married to a partner of the same sex for 20 years, right? Like, that would be preposterous. Just because the policies of her party would make her lifestyle as she's currently living it impossible and criminal, why would she ever question anything that she does with her party, with her political party? That sounds weird. Why would you question it? It's like, I'm a lesbian, but I'm not like them. I'm one of the good ones. But they don't even believe in one of the good ones. They're super hardline against this shit. They don't even believe in some of the good ones. Yeah, sorry. Hi, Seppo. Not this face. We're staring at the face of contradiction right now. What the fuck? I'm back, by the way. Hello. Greetings. It's your girl, Alice Weidel, coming back to say that she's actually not queer. She's not gay. She just loves women as a woman. Like, even already being a woman for a right-wing party is kind of like a big L for you. Like, that already is a big L. But being a queer woman in a party that is a right-wing political party? Like, how many L's do you wish to take? Girl, you can only take so many L's. Please leave some for the rest of us, you know? Insane. I mean, yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Voting for the AfD as a woman is mental gymnastics by itself already. Like, that's already bad enough. But she is leading the party and has a wife. And lives in Switzerland. Only the dog lesbians are the good ones. The cat ones are the evil ones. Yeah, but like good evil. The type of evil that I enjoy. On Mondays, people on Mondays they insist on the freedom of demonstration, but talk about dictatorship. You complain about compulsory fees and go happily into the summer interview. Yeah, you know, the usual contradiction as always. Please let us take some of those L's. It's getting embarrassing. If everybody takes an L every now and then, it's more normal. It's better. You don't have to take all the L's possible. You know, you don't have to bear that. The face does. This is a face that says, yes, I said it. I'm not queer. I just love my wife. Insane. Incomprehensible. What meme did I link here? I do not remember. Is this a meme? Oh, it's barely a meme. Why did I title it meme? It's just another sad thing that a stupid AfD person said. I don't want her else. True. Yeah, fair. However, Zecke, did you hear that she said, yes, I did hear about that. I mean, these are the top Germany trends right now. Niederlage, Befreiung. She doesn't, because Alice Weidel, she also doesn't celebrate the day of liberation of Germany from the Nazis, as she doesn't want to celebrate her country losing. What a statement to make. What a fucking statement to make. Like, what exactly is your country? So the country that you celebrate, like, their victories of, that's the Nazi regime. Yeah, that's the Third Reich. That's the one that you like. Okay, that's your country. I see. Interesting. Like, this is a holiday. It's like, yeah, liberation. We're finally liberated from the horrible, like, Nazi government. Slay. We're happy. And she's like, no, actually. You know, actually, she should just simmer down. She should just not speak anymore. It's almost as though this party, I don't know, is full of Nazis. I don't know. Almost, it seems that way. Really odd. Japanese doesn't take any L's, obviously. Hashtag not my country, truly. Yeah, she's not. I wish that was the conclusion that people were coming to. That she's not getting the votes like this, but alas, they're still rising in the polls somehow. Other things AfD people say. This one was another leading member. He said this in August of this year. He stated, I'm assuming it's this guy in the middle, I've never heard of him before. He stated, I view the distribution of menstrual products to women similar to as if you were giving out alcohol to alcoholics and cigarettes for smokers. What does bro think a period is? Legitimately? What does bro think a period is? Like, it's not a fun little vice that women choose to have. Like, on no level does this make any sense whatsoever. This is so fucking funny, but it's so sad. This is Disco Elysium levels of fascism. Yeah, women are addicted to periods. Like, please, what's wrong with you? What do you think? Yeah, women are fucking tampon junkies, you know? They just love to bleed, you know? No, but I guess if they love the bleeding, that I don't know. We cannot deconstruct this logic because my brain would actually fall apart. Like, they just love to collect their blood in tampons, I guess. I don't know. I cannot wrap my head around it. Women are addicted to having periods, alright? Women really should get a grip. Shaking my head, right? Truly. It's just the same thing as if you were giving alcohol to alcoholics. You cannot enable women like this. If they didn't have menstrual products, they would just stop menstruating, which would be good because well, it seems the argument continues to fall apart even further. Do you know what periods are, Mr. Josef, Mr. Burkhardt? Are you familiar with what this is? Do you know why this happens? I don't think he does. I very much do not think he does. Does he think we collect blood for spells, maybe? I don't. At this point, I don't know. As not a woman, I can say periods are painful. Like my classmates described, they can be. Depending on your body, it can be very ouchy. Can't menstruate if you're constantly preggo. Did you crack the code? Maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's it. Huh. Honestly, Zecke, I wouldn't put this weird occultness too much aside. Historically, feminist movements were often spoken about as some satanic cabal, but like menstruation articles, though? Maybe, actually, yeah, Antir. Maybe it's actually about that. Like, women shouldn't be enabled to have their periods. Instead, they should all be forced to be pregnant all the time. God. That could actually be the solution behind the riddle, and I don't like the solution behind the riddle. The solution behind the riddle is very sad. It's impossible to differentiate AfD statements in satire anymore. Legitimately. Legit. I just took this like I just took it as like, yeah, he did say that. Imagine he didn't. Sometimes I am too gullible. Well, I think it's true. I'm assuming. It does sound very extreme, but you never know, right? Is this a win? This party is winning, right? Yeah. How? I don't know. I have no idea. Because I've seen many such statements, like proven statements, like video recordings of statements that are just the same. So at this point, you absolutely cannot tell anymore if it's a joke or not, without doing fact checking, which I guess I don't do. I should do that more often, perhaps. Sometimes I do that. I hope I don't get flinched, but I think it's important to have nuance when we we antagonized left and right wing so much that now the way you were born decides how you have to think. You know, kind of. I think maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I 100% got what you wanted to get across with that comment. A nuanced view on topics in general is good. Nuanced views don't sell that much, but yes, I agree. Like, many topics, even concerning political discussion, are not fully black and white. Yeah, I agree thus far, for sure. The rest, I'm not so sure what you mean. I'm sad that's actually the code, but yeah, that's what comes to what it comes down for. Yeah, European right and American right is all about that shit. It's true. I didn't even consider that, though. I didn't even consider it. Each year, the Onion's headlines get closer and closer to the actions of far-right groups. It's true, and it's sad. I wouldn't say that the left in general thinks the way someone is born determines anything, though. Yeah, if that is the argument, I don't think that either very much. Like, I think maybe you meant that your upbringing determines very much how you think politically. And for some people that's true, especially, I mean, in childhood that's 100% true. When you're a child or a young teenager, you probably only know the political opinions of your parents and not much beyond that. But after that, at some point, you do have the opportunity to build your own opinion, unless, of course, you're like living in a cult and have no access to any other opinions. Then it will be more difficult. For sure. I mean, corruption goes hand in hand. That can definitely be a factor. I feel like in Germany, it's not as bad as other places. Like, I would like to believe that our votes actually count, but of course, everything plays into everything, and right-wing groups, right-wing parties, right-wing political parties are always way more palatable to big corporations and big capitalism. Than, of course, our, like, Green Party, our little lefty parties and stuff. The cold and no access to other opinions, so Nordhausen? Yes. Are you sure about that? I like to believe. The EU has a large, like, anti-corruption policy. Like, it's a bit stricter than other places. I think green. Let's go green. I knew a young AfD guy who grew up in a green household and developed his right-wing ideology in a rebellious opposition to his parents. That happens too. That's true. That can happen also. You just develop like the opposite opinion of your parents just because you are rebellious or whatever. Definitely your upbringing informs your political stance, but it doesn't like determine it, you know? As a citizen of Russia, I can confirm that your elections are way more fair. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That is what I am thinking. We don't have corruption. We just call it lobbying. It's European. You wouldn't understand. It's Central European. You wouldn't understand. Our state has what Way more power than corpos. For you? Yes. Yes, but they still play into it, right? Am I planning on talking about the Wagenknecht news? Oh, I should, but I haven't looked into that yet. I want to be prepared for that. I should write that down. I'm in the document where I write things down. Next, in Friday, Wagenknecht. Did I spell it right? News. There you go. I'm trying to say that, like, women being on the right wing is an L from what I've understood, yeah? So, I'm like, it would be counterintuitive to force women to be for left or else. But, of course, extremist right / leftist bad. I personally do fuck with the extremist left, by the way. Just letting you know. I do fuck with them, majorly. Letting you know as a new viewer. But I think it's not, like, prescriptive. It's rather the result, because all right-wing parties always have, like, the roots of their ideology, of their harmful ideology, in misogyny. So for women, realize it or not, it's not a good idea to vote for a party that is misogynist, you know? And the left does not have that problem. The Heute Show formed my political views. Slay. Heute Show. Heute Show is a good name. I never thought about that. The Today Show. The Today Show it is. Thinking more about the topics I wanted to suggest, I think it'd be better to just say it. Alex Jones recently appeared on Russian state TV. I don't know if that would be big enough for a topic or a segment. Might be. Alex Jones. That's funny. That's weird. Heute Show is theory. Actually true. On Russian TV. It's fun. It's also funny for you, for our new viewer. Like, first VTuber stream, the most VTuber stream ever. Just politics. Let's go. Normal VTuber discussion points. You will find so many of us doing this. Not. Well, as we see with Vital, her Nazi political worldview apparently weighs more than her queer and women rights. Yeah, sad fucking situation for her. I don't know what kind of, like, brain worms you have to have in order to arrive at that conclusion. Alex Jones apparently was on Russian TV. I would love to see that clip. Let's cover it on Friday. What date is Friday gonna be? I'm pretty sure the stream is on Friday, right? It's the 15th. 09 20. Whoa, that's none of that was correct. 2023. Alex Jones fell off. He did, I think. Like, invites, or was his show put up on air? Good question. I love the reactions to Alex Jones on Russian TV. Did they translate him? I'm sure they did. Obviously they did. What a weird question. Do we want to watch a Söder moment as well? Because I would like.
Aber wieso sind denn dann 66?
Because this was still, I think this was still about the whole Aiwanger affair.
Prozent der Bevölkerung für so ein Werbeverbot und ich.
Oh, okay, they're talking about CHEWSDAY. They're talking about not Aiwanger right now. They're talking about CHEWSDAY and the idea of not advertising for sweets and candy targeted towards children specifically. So, oh yeah, I have to translate this. I forgot about this. Oh, why the fuck did I put this in here? I need to translate this. I forgot that you don't. How do you translate that levels of ranting into an existing language, right? For Alex Jones translation, that's probably rough. From what I understand, he was actually there and talked with the Russian host. Jesus, that's crazy. So he is asking, but why?
Aber wieso sind denn dann 66% der Bevölkerung für so ein Werbeverbot?
But why are 66% in favor of such a law to, you know, limit or don't allow any more advertisements for, like I described, advertising candy for children, you know? They're in favor of forbidding advertisement like that.
Und ich glaube sogar über 80% aller Eltern.
And even like more than 80% of all parents. Like, why is that, Mr. Söder? Is what he's asking, this guy.
Das glaube ich nicht.
And he's like, nah, I don't think so.
Das ist aber so.
And he responds, well, but it is like that.
Nö, glaube ich nicht.
No, I don't believe that.
Ja, ist aber so.
Yeah,
Nö,
but it is like that. But no, I don't believe that.
Ja, ist aber so.
Ja, glaube ich aber nicht. Aber ist ja okay.
And he's like, yeah, well, but I don't believe that. And that is okay. Love talking with right-wingers. It's the best. Hey, here's the statistic. Yeah, I don't believe that. the statistic. I showed you a statistic. Well, I do not believe that. Yes, ist aber so. I love this conversation so much. Okay, Temperino says, personally, I like to be on both, but I admit I'll be on the right because there's a lot there's a lot to be careful about when I speak, but I don't even mind talking to extremists or not, as long as there's discussion. You say that you're more like right-leaning. That's interesting. I mean, you can watch. Go right ahead. As long as you're respectful in chat, I'm not gonna tell you to like leave or anything. That is fine, I think. Just a bit. It's new, but all right. You know, maybe you'll change your mind at some point. That's also fine. Statistics is the lies of math. Yes, he do not believe. Yes. Cool that you still enjoy a pretty left-wing stream, though. Exactly, because at some point most of us were at like different parts of the political spectrum as well. Not all of us, but you know, a few of us. Me, when not all of our viewers are Antifa super soldiers. What? This is new. Hey bestie, Zecke, hello, good luck. Hi type, how are you today? Wait, this is a left-wing content? I was lied to. It's in the description. Well, it's actually not in the description. It's only in my YouTube channel description. This, by the way, is Heute Show. This is the Heute Show that Seppo has mentioned earlier. This is what we're talking about. Hey, Angel, you've arrived at just the right time soon. Like, we're one segment away from the video that you've suggested for me. So, let's go. Hello. Hello, type. Hello, Angel. Hello. Oh, your name is Zecke. It's pretty on the nose. Yeah, but not for non-Germans, you know? Only for the Germans. The non-Germans don't know this. The non-Germans do not know this trick, you know? So we're gonna be looking at tennis now. And actually, surprise, surprise, we're not actually going to be talking about the game of tennis, but instead what happened at this tennis match specifically. This guy goes up to the, what are they called? Umpires? Are they umpires? Is that the name? And tells him, this was the most famous Hitler phrase in the world. I like his wording. His wording is a little funny, but I support this dude, obviously. It's not acceptable. A person in the audience has shouted something. We'll watch another TikTok to hear the shouting. What a caption.
Who said that?
Yeah, they're getting the person, they're getting the viewer, and they're the viewer, the sports fan, I guess, and they're getting him out of there. Now, what did he say? Person said, hey, he said the most famous Riddler. My brain today. Please, no quotes today. I can't today. The most famous Riddler phrase. The most famous Hitler phrase in existence. What did they say? We'll see in the next one. I don't know if you heard about this. Cannot believe I speak today. Not the Riddler. This one's much louder. Okay, let's go. Yes, the Riddler, the leader of the Nazi party. Do not quote me today, please. By the way, I thought Heute Show, as in today's show. Oops. Oh, it is just it's a German thing. What does the tennis German guy say? What does the fox say? He starts playing the famous Riddler phrase. No, don't. No, do not. So, spectator shouts Hitler phrase during the match. Zverev versus Sinner. That's a last name and a half, too. Imagine your last name is Sinner. That's the quote of the day. Okay, fine. It's the Riddler phrase. Fine. Could be worse. From an Axis leader to Batman villain.
Do you go up, your opponent goes down. Just a chance here for Sinner to make
there
something
it was.
happen.
Did you catch it? Did you catch it in the background? They didn't annotate it. Did you catch the phrase? I mean, if you're not a German speaker, no, probably not. But it was right here.
A chance here for Sinner to
Okay, I cut it a little bit bad.
just a chance here for Sinner to make.
There it is. He said Deutschland über alles, which means Germany above everything. Yeah, that's a pretty big one that you shouldn't say. Deutschland über alles is what he shouted.
Something happen.
And then the other Zverev notices it and goes to
He said the most famous Hitler phrase there is in the world. He just said the most famous Hitler phrase there is in this world. It's unacceptable. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. And we have an ultranationalist. Yeah, I was just shouting, but you know, that's what he said. Fuck, Zverev versus Sinner sounds so good though. It's like a beast battling a condemned sinner, isn't it? Isn't it? So
who was the smart guy who said that?
well, but the sinner, even that's just a guy. Don't know him. He didn't do anything wrong. The Riddler said that. Yes, the Riddler said that. Maybe he just really loves Germany and wanted to happily share his patriotism. Typical woke hyperbole. That's literally all of the comments. I came here for the comments, by the way, because people are so dumb. People don't... Nobody has ever visited a history class ever. The German comments are the worst thing I've ever read. They're like, but the sentence "Germany above everything" is in our national hymn, isn't it? No, that is no longer, not since we were literally the Third Reich. That is not in the hymn anymore, brother. They took it out because it's bad. Jesus Christ. Jesus, dude. You can read the minds of the right-wingers like an open book. They are so dumb in the comments. Look at all those likes, too. They're like, because he said Germany above everything? Really? Yeah, really? Yes, really? It's a phrase from Nazi times, used by Nazis. Of course it's bad. Brother, blood and soil, what do you have against biologists and geologists? Exactly like that. Context has never been an option for these people, and knowing things has never been an option for these people. This person, look, the like, actually, this comment has a lot of likes, so that's good. It's like completely correct reaction of Zverev. Is Zverev or Tserev? I think Zverev, as you wrote it. That is absolutely not alright, and like respect for Zverev, and then people tagging each other. I don't think that was an American. This person is like, I don't think the American knew what he said. I don't think an American would shout that, because he's shouted it in German, so there we go. Base Zverev. Zverev is bae. He also looks very pretty. I know nothing about him. I have seen him for the first time here, but this is correct. I don't know what this context for this is. They're also like, oh my god, because of Germany above everything, really? They're making such a big deal out of this. No, this is correct, actually. This is actually the correct thing to do. This one also, it's like, I don't see any problem here. This guy is German and is complaining about it, huh? Who is German? I mean, I don't know. Either way, pro Zverev stream. This is a pro Zverev stream. I don't know anything about this man except for this clip. And in this clip, he's pretty good. Yeah. Is he German? I don't know who's German. Zverev is the man, though. We have more of this.
Put your hand up. Who said that?
Yeah, put your hand up. Who said that? Love the calling it out. He won the Olympics. Oh, slay. Good for him. Me when sports is being discussed on. So.
Who said that? Okay.
Yeah, right? Making a big deal of a well-known Nazi phrase, that's crazy. That's a wild thing to do, apparently.
We're going to get him out.
Yeah. And they got the person out.
We'll get him out.
Both players, please remain fair and respect their players. Thank you.
Definitely. Being against Nazis makes you actually pretty and better at tennis. Confirmed. Now we know. Hell yeah. If I want to lift more weights, I gotta be against Nazis even more. I love censoring Nazis. Me too. Deplatform them all. If you wanna spout your like slogans, don't. Don't do it here. You're not allowed. Bye-bye.
People pointed, but I don't know, they'll tell him.
Okay.
But what he said was a...
Yeah, no, I heard that on TV. Okay, all right.
I'll speak to Brad as well. I don't know what Brad was saying.
That's a phrase to this guy.
I love them going up and being like, this guy. I find that funny.
Time.
yeah, they're having a little discussion and then they're bringing him out. I think there's nothing like more to say about this, but that happened in tennis recently, and I wanted to spotlight the comments, especially under that second video, because they are so ignorant, absolutely insane. Hope the weird Nazi guy won't run for office later. This can be his getting divorced. He will start a podcast. It will be very popular. Writers will cry and whine that they are being censored, but he definitely deserved to be kicked out. Yeah, that would definitely be the reaction from them. Like, oh no, we had to leave. Did he tell him to die? No, I don't think so. I do not think he did. Don't censor Neo. Don't censor Neo. Okay. Oh, you're like on the same. No, are you? I know. I won't stop talking to people on the basis of what their political views are. I also like to talk to people of different political views, depending on how respectful they are in their conversation, of course, and you know what the space is. It always depends a little bit. Like, okay, is this a space where we want to have a discussion or not? Sometimes, of course, you don't want to have a discussion every time you talk to anybody, of course. But yes, we live in a time where having different views but chilling despite that is weird. I think it depends. It depends very heavily. Like, different views is such an umbrella term, you know what I mean? Like, different views can mean such radically different things. I can put a Discord link. We have a command, I think. Let's see if it works. Let's see if this works. If not, I can just give you a link as well. Yeah, we have a command. You can type this command too. I don't use them a lot, so obviously you wouldn't know. Maybe I should put them in the description or somewhere. But yeah, it depends very much, like, which context we're talking, differing opinions, and like what your relationship to the person with the differing opinions is. I understand somebody not wanting to be a friend of somebody who like hangs out with literal Nazis. That is very understandable. But if you're a public figure and you're talking about politics and you're talking online in a public space about politics, I feel like it makes more sense to invite different points of views to a certain degree, as long as, you know, people are respectful and all that, and you are. Look, Discord works. There it is. You can click on it. I hope the link works. Tell me if it doesn't. It should work, though. I should be willing to talk to someone of the opposing side of the political spectrum. I agree. I agree with that. The Discord is a cool place. Everyone should join in. There's a lot of stuff. I post about Selbit semi-regularly and other things. So join. Look at that. We should start watching this video because otherwise we're gonna go overtime. No overtime allowed. I need to make noodles. Well, it's actually not. Is it noodles? God, noodle category names. Penne. Pasta. Pasta. Yeah, but do like me and mute the whole horny part of it. 'Cause noodles. And Bosch. I am a Bosch fan. True. If you didn't learn enough about my political leanings beforehand, now you know. Just moved something out of the way, but I don't have another place to put the something that I moved out of the way. Genius. Yeah, there's the Bosch command. Now the Bosch command we all know. This is important. Yeah, it's Kirsche again. It's Cherry. This has been linked by Angel Tail. Again, in the Discord, there's a content suggestion thing. You can link any sort of content, and I might look at it if I think I have something interesting to say about it. If not, I won't. And Monster Energy. And Monster Energy. We don't have a Monster Energy command, though, so sad. Did I hear horny? Or did I hear wrongly? No, horny for sure. Horny for sure. We went from Jerma Hassan to Ian. True, his name is Ian. Ian is such a funny name. Anyway, what does Kirsche have to say about fruit farms? We'll figure it out. Did I watch the Milgram stuff? Not on stream, of course. No, actually, I haven't yet. Again, one of the many things where it's like, look at how cool this is. You would love this. And I'm like, yeah, this would be so cool. I would love this. And then I don't watch it. We are all Ian at heart. Yes.
Battle to banish the world's most notorious
Oh God, you're
stalker
quiet.
website. The anonymous forum known as Kiwi Farms keeps popping back online despite a relentless campaign by transgender activists and a former insider.
Oh my God, we have matching halos. I just noticed. Oh my God, we have matching halos. Ian is funny as part of the international Ian gang. Yay, let's go. Fair but sad. Yeah, maybe one day. Fingers crossed. I would like it. I know that, but it happens. We have a matching halos. Well, we both have halos. They don't really match. They're very different, actually. But we're talking about Kiwi farms being shut down. It's been shut down, yes. I know that much. And of course, copycat sites or even sites run by the same person will be popping up again and again. So...
This is kind of weird that they're like going on this crazy crusade to try and bring down Kiwi farms when I think everybody knows Kiwi farms is going to outlive every single one of these transgender activists.
Wow, we love that. We love the extreme link work. Slay, welcome. We love the extreme transphobia straight out of the bag. That's crazy. Didn't she say? I love to come back to this. Didn't she say she wasn't political at some point? I don't know about that.
They hate what they can't control. When he heard that Kiwi Farms had been knocked offline, Clay, a member of the anonymous online forum, was
wow, that was a strong start, wasn't it? Jesus Christ, like that's a crazy level of anti-trans rhetoric immediately out the gate. Expected like a softer intro into this topic, but okay, you know, whatever. Now we know where we're at. And again, yeah, I understand the concept, like, yes, gossip sites and doxing sites and whatever types of sites, anonymous forums like Kiwi Farms will pop up again and again. Yeah, of course, it's the internet, that's what happens. But it does certainly not hurt to make sure to ban them again and again when they pop up again and again, right? Like, I understand. I have a nuanced view on Kiwi Farms in the fact that sometimes they have like threads on lolcows and they're like not doxing them, they're just discussing their video uploads, and not every single person who uses the website is like somebody who's a doxer and a transphobe or whatever. There's like many categories of people that they keep track of online. But I think the site has done more harm than it's done good, so I think it's okay to take it offline. No, I don't think that every single person who's ever used Kiwi Farms is a transphobe, horrible person, but you know, the irony of the black and red Zecke and Kiwi Farms being white and blue, having totally different opinions. Let's go. We are opposing artistically. Yeah, people saying they're not political is kind of a red flag for me. Same. It's like a 50-50. They ascribe to a pretty shitty ideology that they just see as like a normal thing, though. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Black and red are good colors. I like black and red.
Flooded with relief. I thought to myself, this hell on earth has finally been vanquished.
Yes, this person is a little bit edgy. That's cool. You don't know Kiwi Farms? No, I'm done being gullible. No, you don't. Yes, you do. I think you know them. At least by name, right? Yeah, right, Joestar? I have visited the site before. Not like regular, but I have. And it was just a completely different aspect of the site. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
So he
it's like arc enemy design in animes, the colors.
Signed up for Kiwi Farms, and then was relieved when it got taken down.
Well, I mean, yeah, parts of there's different parts of the forum that have discussed different things. You know, you could have signed up to talk about like a very specific creator, for instance. Not gonna name any examples, and been mostly unaware of the other like discussions that go on. And then when you hear about, okay, yeah, they've been doing doxing and they've been doing harassment campaigns, they've been using the site to organize doxing and harassment campaigns here and there, and then you're like, oh, okay, no, this is shit. Even if that's the case, I understand. It's like 4chan. I don't think they're more extreme than 4chan. It's just a different like type of website that is frequented by the 4chan crowd, I think.
I like props to Jersh though, because despite how many times it has gotten knocked down, he has always found a way to bring it back up. Like every single time. Like he's just like a crotchety old man having to restart his basement generator all the time.
Yeah, I also don't think that signing up for a website is endorsing it at all. Like that's not an argument. If you want to look at what's on a website and you need to sign up for that, or you want to keep tabs of what's happening on a website, it's obviously not an endorsement, right?
It's hilarious how such evil people like their tubas. I mean, it's like when years ago, when people first asked me like my opinions on it, it's like, if you wanted to learn about someone as like a content creator that you were going to be interacting with, they have archives of information that go back years on
Yeah, I also, yes.
like sketchy people. They've outed some real pieces. Yeah, like the site has value. Like if
But you gotta measure it. You gotta measure if the value outweighs the harm. And it doesn't seem to be doing that, you know? It doesn't provide more value than it provides harm, is my takeaway from it. Hence why shutting it down is good, not bad. It's basically a stalking forum. Yeah, it kinda is. It kinda is. I don't know, every bad website that makes me sad. Fair.
If you're a piece of and you're going out and you're like abusing people, you're assaulting people, you're people, I'm not gonna care that much if you get doxxed. I just feel like, you know, there's also some people that don't care who the person or the
I don't think we should be endorsing doxing, even for that. Like, depends, what do you mean by doxing, you know? Do you mean like home address doxing, or do you mean like name doxing? There's like different levels a little bit. But yeah, generally, is a slippery slope to endorse doxing for certain types of people. Like, I understand, yeah, I'm not gonna care personally if a horrible person gets doxed, you know what I mean? Like, sure, but if you endorse a website that's known for doing that, just like in general, less good.
target is.
Also, doxing a person for a crime they committed is not the most effective way to fight, you know, crime.
They'll just do it to anyone because it's fun or it's a challenge or whatever. I'm like, I don't like that. Obviously.
Yeah, and that's what they do.
It's wild how much effort has been taken to conspire against the forum, which is nothing more defamatory or dangerous than gossip tactics.
Yeah, and the trans victim of that site didn't do any of these things. Exactly. She's deflecting the actual point of the article that she's looking at, which is, of course, talking about the people who are happy that the site has been taken down because they're just innocent people trying to live their life. Maybe they're a little bit weird. Oh, God forbid. You know, she's obviously deflecting. I think any type of doxing can lead back to you as well. Yeah, I mean, it is a crime. They can get you for that. How sites like 4chan are seems more like a result than the root of the problem to me. Yeah, they're definitely not. I agree with that. Like, they're not the root of the problem. They're just like a place where this shit can take place in an online space. Anonymously, of course. The anonymous aspect makes it a little bit worse, right? Because if you're anonymous, you can post whatever, you can say whatever. So that enables it, but it's definitely not the root of the problem.
Well,
I agree.
Yeah.
So I'm not anti 4chan in general. Like, there's boards, I'm sure, where people discuss whatever and they're not horrible about it. Like, yeah, sure, do your thing. But if I say, hey, it's the 4chan crowd, I mean a very specific subsection of the site, right?
It's just because it's a
Oh yeah, and people can get radicalized on those spaces, in those spaces as well. But then again, if you follow the wrong TikTok accounts, same thing. And we're not gonna talk about banning TikTok because of that. Yeah. You're back home now. I hope you enjoyed your ramen. We're almost wrapping up after horrible traffic. Oh, ain't that the truth? Yeah, but as we've seen on Twitter or Facebook, people can also be horrible while not being anonymous. It's true. It's true. People are losing their, like, inhibitors somehow. I feel like back in the day, this didn't used to be like that. I feel like back in the day, people used to shut their mouths a little bit more when they were not anonymous. But apparently nobody cares anymore. Ramen was really good. Nice.
Archive website,
Nice.
a gossip website that they can't control. And not having control over something drives them wild. I like how they tried painting Kiwi Farms as anti-trans specifically for them going after Keffels when it's like,
I mean, Keffels mention, gamers, Keffels mention. Yeah, that is literally what happened.
I'm sure a lot of the people on that website do hate. They didn't go after Keffels because they were trans. They went after.
What did you cut after do hate? What's that cut, huh? You don't cut a lot of these videos. You don't put a lot of cuts in it. What did you cut after after do hate? Very odd. Yeah, calling it a gossip website is an understatement, though. That's true. Like, stalking website is much more on point, actually. And that's a change that worries me. Yeah, honestly, the anonymity for me is more or less an internet thing, and it has its upsides too. I agree with you. And no, they went after, they literally went after her because she's trans. That's literally what they did. Jesus. When do you usually stream? I usually stream at this time. It's nice to have a small stream where I can actually talk to the streamer. So true. So true. I agree with that. I like actually being able to talk to like most people in chat, because otherwise you have to like pick out single chat messages. I usually stream at this time. Same time every day. I post schedules on Twitter. Wait, do we have a Twitter command? I don't think we do, but we do have a socials command, but I don't know if that works anymore. I have it linked somewhere too. I think I have it linked in the description to my Twitter. I post schedules. You can find me there, and you can find my art and all that shit. So that's nice. Yeah, small stream is actually big in our hearts. So true. Also, fucking to get back to the subject matter, people have committed suicide because of Kiwi Farms. It's a massive understatement to call it a little gossip site. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, random politics that concern me. I don't use Twitter. Oh, yeah, I have it on Discord as well. It's posted on the Discord as well, yes. I love my mild side streams. It might change in the future, you know? I don't think I will be streaming at this time slot for forever, but at least for a good while longer, probably. So we'll see.
After Keffels because of the things Keffels was doing. They went after Keffels because they were a piece of...
Are you sure about that?
The identity was tertiary, if anything.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about... Are you sure about that?
I value anonymity, even if I want...
Don't make fun of pronunciation. I'm also bad at pronunciation. I too love anonymity. Maybe that was on purpose.
I would still value anonymity. Like,
it is on purpose, probably. Okay, it's on purpose. Maybe it's slang. I don't know. I shouldn't make fun of people's pronunciation. It's just too funny sometimes. Anonymity.
Someone who's watched Jim for a gajillion years.
I have also watched Mr. Medicare back in my past. We have like the same watch history in 2014, and I hate that for us, me and Kirsche. But we went in very different like directions after that. I love anonymity.
I've never wanted to like find out who he is behind the avatar, because it's like...
That's completely different. This has nothing to do with Kiwi Farms.
This is what he wants to present to people. This is what he feels comfortable with.
Yeah, but doxing people on Kiwi Farms is cool then? Huh? That's literally what Kiwi Farms does though, right? Real anime arc enemies though, right? Mr. Medicare, you're too young, you don't remember. You weren't around at the time, and that's good. Yes, schedule is under stream schedule on Discord. Thank you very much, Pino.
Why would I try to dig for more, right? You know?
But that's literally what Kiwi Farms does. That's what it's all about. That's literally what they do.
Founded in 2013, Kiwi Farms...
So why do you support it?
...has been used to organize vicious harassment and stalking campaigns against targets including Clara Sorrenti, a transgender activist known as Keffels, and Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a far-right Republican. I mean, that means they're equal opportunity, though. They're for...
Not better. Doesn't make it better. What is an actual Kiwi farm, though? Don't worry about it. Do not worry.
They're not going after people based on an identity. They're going after people who are...
Yeah, this farm has affected many a community. Actually.
So what's the problem here? It went down exactly 1 year ago after Cloudflare, a major tech security firm, stopped providing services, saying contributors to the forum were posting the home addresses of those seen as enemies and calling for them to be shot.
Not great. Agriculture is really important, apparently, yes. Let's visit Kiwi Farms! You know, just have a little trip, pick some kiwis. They grow on trees, yes? I was the Sargon of Akkad / no bullshit 14-year-old on YouTube. Yay, same. Haven't seen anything from Medicare. Oh, okay. I have seen the Medicare stuff back when I was 14. I think.
But in the week that followed, Kiwi Farms scrambled to stay alive, jumping from Russian servers to a Ukrainian hosting service to Vanwatech, a Vancouver, Washington-based hosting and security company, infamous for providing refuge to 8chan, a message board notorious for white supremacist content. As it became increasing...
Lamau? Question mark? She's one of those that purposely ignores all the worst parts of Kiwi Farms. Apparently, it seems like it, yes. A system where you make kiwis, of course. It's the only thing you do there. I've seen Medicare too, damn. I've observed writers on the internet for ages now, damn. Same. Yes.
As it became increasingly clear that Kiwi Farms would not go down without a fight, Clay, who spoke on the condition that he be identified by a pseudonym...
Oh, you're in France! Now I know. I didn't want to, like, ask directly, but I was wondering. You're in France. Slay. There's a surplus of products made by agriculture, and it's fucking the economy. Really? Even despite, like, the lack of rain and the surplus of heat, you still got good like agriculture shit. What is it called? Harvests. You still got good harvests. I see. But wait, Kiwi Farms isn't even hosted in New Zealand. So fake. So fake.
To avoid retribution, joined forces with Liz Fong Jones, one of Kiwi Farms' fiercest adversaries, and launched a dogged campaign to keep the site offline. Over the past year, their little group of internet sleuths, trans engineers, and activists has methodically chased Kiwi Farms across servers and networks around the globe.
That's kind of funny.
Successfully persuading more than 24 companies to drop the site. Doesn't this make them the stalkers?
They're not stalking. I don't think you can stalk a company. I don't think that's how it works. Like, if they were stalking the individual, singular person behind the company, yes. But I don't think this is how it works.
And not Kiwi Farms? Doesn't this mean that they are the ones doing a harassment campaign against a silly little forum that basically serves as an archive and as a news resource?
It's actually praxis. It is actually praxis. Then the left-wing elite cabal is on it again. You know, take that W. Are websites people now? Yes. She is currently humanizing, personifying the website in order to make us feel bad for it. It's a website. It's a website. No one person is harmed by the fact that a fucking website is not being hosted anymore. Okay, calm down. It's okay. It gives you kiwis.
This makes them the harassment campaign. I don't know if they understand the irony here. I don't.
Yeah, so ironic. A big haha. Definitely a real point that you just made. Loving it for you. When human rights for companies, then also human rights for websites. Of course, totally normal behavior that we should all just accept.
I don't really know if they notice it. Their enemies are doctors? Oh my god. The good guys are a matter.
Actually, no. These like half reply to tangents from chat are not really worth replying to on my end either. But no, actually, doctors agree with the majority. Like the science agrees with trans people actually, and you would know that if you actually care to do any research. But whatever, it's fine. Hi, Mirror Truth. Did I miss something? Most of the stream, but don't worry about that. I'll be back again tomorrow, and the VOD is also always here, of course. Yeah, this is this makes you just as bad as them argument, which is always great, always top tier. I'm surprised that I wasn't aware of Kiwi Farms given how much time I spent on 4chan back in the day. See, yeah, it's like it's one of those. Kiwi Farms, is that newer? I don't know. I mean, Kiwi Farms has been around. It stemmed from CHEWSDAY as well, right? I think. Is that the same origin story? Wasn't Kiwi Farms like an offshoot of the Quickie kind of thing? I don't remember. Okay. I'm surprised she made this joke. She tried to calm that POC is the same as calling black people colored back in the 30s. What? That's funny. You wrote that you were from France. I didn't guess it. You're originally from Italy, and you were born/grew up in here, but you have African descent, so that's sad. Interesting. No, I didn't guess it. You wrote it down. Heat lasts few days, but the harvest I'm talking about is through the year. It's complicated because it's a whole other topic, but about feeding livestock and their emissions, which is bad for the environment. It's true. Hi, Victor. Hello.
Perspective. I mean, maybe they do notice.
Yeah, pretty sure it was. Okay, nice. Yeah, Kiwi Farms is part of the Quickie. Okay.
But they're just like, it's not harassment when we do it. We're on a justice campaign. We're bringing justice to the bad guys. Therefore, what we're doing is correct.
Yeah, actually. Yes, actually.
When they do it, it's bad. It's funny how they won't.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god. The superhero killed the supervillain who has previously killed 60 million people. Huh. I don't know about that superhero. That makes him kind of just as bad as the villain. It's literally this argument. Also, hi, first thing I hear as I arrive is CHEWSDAY. I'm so sorry. Yeah, also, who did they harass? The server? The website? Yeah, literally the website. Can you debate her, please? That would be so funny. I would be so open for that. We love a big false equivalency. It's the best. And the owner is also horrible. Slay, we're not surprised. But they didn't even harass the owner of the website. They didn't even do anything such as that. And if they did, maybe that wouldn't be too bad.
Bring up the DDoS.
It's just a random farm, don't worry about
The
it.
group's Sisyphean battle illustrates the lack of mechanisms for reporting online abuse, much less for banishing harmful content.
We're like
It also
halfway through
raises
the video.
serious doubts about society's ability to block any site from the global web, even one that explicitly incites violence. I don't think society should have that ability. I don't think any sites should be blocked.
You don't? Even if their sole purpose is to incite violence? You don't think that that's maybe a thing that we might want to get rid of on the internet, perhaps? Okay, sure. She's like a libertarian type thing then, yeah? Free speech to the max. Imagine that there'd be like an anime style versus banner for the debate. It would be glorious. It would be so nice to make like the layout for that.
From the global web. If somebody genuinely has the idea, a terrible thing, if somebody sets up like a kill all X group website, it's better that everyone knows it exists and you can see what they're doing. Is it not?
It is not. Thank you for asking. Don't worry, I will answer it for you. It is actually not better. Thank you.
Farms is pretty clear. They ban anyone who actively calls for real life activity on stuff or is caught having done it. Yeah. Like, they even have...
Literally a tech bro thinks websites have feelings. That's what they think. Must be. Must be. Freaking libertarians. So true. So true. Imagine that they're... yeah, oh yeah, I
rules
already
put
read
into
that.
place. And, like I said earlier, I hope Jersh never bends over backwards. I hope he keeps fighting this even if it looks absolutely ridiculous. I hope he keeps the little
I don't. Sounds like a waste of time.
fluffy farmer site online as long as he possibly can. Isn't the whole purpose of the World Wide Web to prevent them from blocking stuff from being removed? Yes. Yes, it was. Founded by Joshua Moon, a former 8chan administrator, Kiwi Farms evolved into a popular platform for creating harassment campaigns.
Yeah, they do that on there quite a bit. More so than on other websites perhaps. Not that it's the only website that can be used for creating harassment campaigns, but you know, you don't hear that happening on other websites as much. Like, there's still, like, bad shit going on other websites, of course, but, you know, she's gonna dismiss this. Or maybe the little chuckle was already her dismissing this. Oh yeah, way better. What the fuck is she talking about? No. Only if they're direct about it. They won't ban you if you dog whistle it. Yeah, you can just dog whistle it. Be normal and dog whistle about it. Did she seriously claim to be non-political? At some point, yes. Maybe she changed since then. Maybe since then she was like, nah, I'm not political, but, nah, I am political, but if she still claims this, then it's absolutely, wild. A wild claim to make. What is this reasoning? Ask her if she thinks pages with child abuse content should be up, right? Like, you think anything and everything should be said and posted on the internet without restriction? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? She's like, I'm not political. Enough! Yeah, being out and visible would somewhat validate those opinions. But it's not better. What do you mean by that?
I think Twitter has better harassment campaigns than Kiwi Farm does. Like, what did they mean by
harassment campaign rankings now? Tier list, S tier, Twitter, B tier, Kiwi Farms. What?
by this? Its users often fixated on transgender people, relentlessly stalking and doxing them. At least 3 of its victims died by suicide. If you tell me,
speak your mind,
that someone has a thread on Kiwi Farms, like a specific person has a thread on Kiwi Farms, I'm not gonna think, oh no, what are they a victim of? I'm gonna think, alright, how f***ed up is this person and what did they do?
Not necessarily. Some people on Kiwi Farms, yeah, they're fucked up and they did some, like, fuck shit, but not every single person who has a thread on Kiwi Farms is the perpetrator. Some of them are just the victims of the harassment of Kiwi Farms. Can't you see the duality of that? No, you can't. Of course not, because it doesn't conform to your views, I guess. Yeah, you see, political is only the stuff you don't agree with, so of course they're not political. It makes sense. I'm not political is at this point just a right-wing excuse to avoid criticism. Literally. No victim blaming at all. Of course, we would never do this. Yeah, Twitter is also fucked right now. Tell me if I'm overusing caps locks, by the way. No, it's fine.
Because if you get to the point of having your own thread on the farms, you've done something weird, right? Like
Something weird. Define weird. Define what's so weird. What is so weird that you know, that it justifies you having a thread on Kiwi Farms? Is it being trans? Is that so weird that you should have a thread on the site and be harassed in dogs? Is that the weird thing? Or can you give me some definitions?
you've got some skeletons in your closet, man. I don't even know like what.
For them, weird is being a trans person, so I guess that might just be it. Yeah.
What victims they'd even be talking of, you know? They stop naming them because they get debunked every time. They're just gonna lie with like even worse information. Henry has a thread. That's not a good defense.
I don't know who Henry is. Also, they named Keffels, for instance.
Henry has a thread. VTuber thread might be one of the more mentally stable places to talk VTubers compared to Twitter and VT.
I mean, yeah, you don't want to go to VT, duh, obviously.
I believe that. I'd absolutely.
Just because other places are bad does not mean that the bad place is now suddenly good.
I believe that. I also don't like how they say that they're often fixated on transgender people. Like when transgender activists shove this in your face.
What constitutes shove this shit in your face? I'm doing air quotes, you can't see my hands. What constitutes that? Do you mean they post about their own life on their own account? Is this shoving this shit in your face? Is that it? Use your words, explain your thoughts. God, all the talking points are here. All of them. Shove it in your face. What do you mean by that?
Constantly? How is it us that—
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? My favorite question. Gotta get those air quote VTuber assets. I need it. Yeah, I need like the hand tracking so triggers.
Are the ones who are fixated on it. And when it turns out that
so like a trans person living their lives is them being fixated on trans activism or something like that. Meanwhile, if you ever follow anybody who's like conservative on Twitter, all of them are posting about trans people way more than trans people are. I promise you. 90%. It's true.
So many of these activists are pieces—
How can you harass a website,
that
right?
participate in really unsavory activities? How is it our fault for pointing out the unsavory activities? Like—
What's the unsavory activity? Come on. You don't describe anything. You don't describe anything. Well, yeah, who is fixated on whom now? Are we sure about that you got this ratio right? Because I do not think you did. Your neighbor's dogs are going crazy here. They are speaking up. I'm sure half the reason that Kiwi Farms is obsessed with trans people is because they're all chasers. So don't you go saying trans people shove their ideology in my face. I mean, you see it on Twitter enough too. There's so many posts by conservative Republicans, etc., made about trans people every single day. Way more than trans people talk about trans people, to be honest. So many words and so little information. It's always like an allusion to something that may or may not exist. An allusion to something that may or may not exist. Name a thing. Name a single thing, please.
Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, our is also— the use of our, very, very on point here. Yeah, she doesn't go through her points very much. And I get it, as a live streamer it's kind of hard sometimes, but I only have this clip to judge you by. I understand. Sometimes I also have struggles to put my points out in a clear and concise manner, but I try my best for videos at the very least to make sure that I cut them together in a way that they're concise. Of course, this is a clipper, but you know.
It's like so many weasel words in one article. In response to her—
What's a weasel
request
word?
for comment, Moon wrote by email, "Do you still print that rag on a paper? If so, please send a physical copy of your speed piece to the P.O. box listed on the website so I can frame it. Thanks." This guy's funny. Actually based. The
Sure.
campaign against Kiwi Farms began in earnest last summer. Sorrenti, a Twitch streamer who became famous as a news star for trans youth, had been under attack for months by Kiwi Farms users because of what they were doing in regards to these kids.
The fuck do you think Keffels did? Fuck do you think Keffels did? What are you making up? What are you making? What's in your? Oh god, this freeze frame is very weird. I don't know. Something about the rendering is not correct for this video because the freeze frame is like that. Yeah, I don't know. Some sort of frame rate incompatibility has happened here between download and upload and editing. Anyway, it doesn't matter though. Like, huh? What are you even talking about at this point? Yeah, how did we get to the point that people think it's bad to harass a website? Like, harassment, that's not what the word means.
Let's talk about the GoFund. Yeah, let's talk about the GoFundMe and how that money went to drugs. Let's talk about all the fleecing that they did.
Oh no, victim blaming. You're a drug addict. You are not allowed to participate in society, of course.
After the bathtub hormone cocktails. From her home in Vancouver, Fong Jones heard about the harassment against Sorrenti and immediately recognized the tactics. Fong Jones had also been targeted by Kiwi Farm.
Now she's just lying, you know? Nothing new here. We're just lying. We are just lying, you know? Anytime, like, as soon as somebody knows, oh, you use, yeah, like, either you are an addict or you just use substances even in, like, a normal sort of way, like, to treat your whatever's going on, right? They will just use that and run with it in any sort of context, even if it's absolutely out of thin air. Of course.
Farms beginning in 2017. I don't even know.
Yeah, there's a lot of context for this one specifically that I do know, and a lot of my viewers know because we're like in these circles. So sometimes it's tough when you don't know the context. I know this when I started watching new streamers and they talk about stuff that their viewer base knows, and I do not know. I don't know the full context of the Keffield situation either, but I know some of it.
I don't know who the Fong Jones is, but I'm just assuming they're a bad person because, like, anytime someone says that they have been outed by Kiwi Farms, I'm just like, you've probably done something, dude.
Huh. Sounds like a personal bias. You know?
Like,
Perhaps.
why would I trust you? I don't trust you.
That's such a cult mentality. That's insane. Admitting that is absolutely insane. Insane cult mentality. Well, Kiwi Farms said you're bad, or you've been named by Kiwi Farms, therefore I believe that you are bad, even knowing absolutely nothing about you. Cool. Amazing.
I trust the cute little bird, not you. Lorelai.
You do realize that's a bad statement to make. Like, for yourself, optically not
never
great.
Heard of Kiwi Farms and was distraught by what she learned from Fong Jones' presentations. The group began spending dozens of hours each week navigating the Byzantine web of net.
Great notif. Great sound for that one. Kiwi Farms did nothing wrong. If Kiwi Farms doxed you, that means you're bad. It's the circular logic right here, right now. You are named by the Kiwi, right?
Network infrastructure.
True.
Trying to ferret out connections between no-name intermediaries to track down Kiwi Farms' new home. Then they would send carefully worded emails to those companies' employees, even cold messaging on LinkedIn, to persuade them to stop working with the website.
Which is something you can do. I think that's very much fine. I know nothing and I'm proud of it. It's a very interesting tactic. Not super familiar with that approach yet, but you know, love people pioneering the field.
This is crazy.
I don't think that's particularly crazy, no.
They can't stand that a bunch of people in a corner of the internet are archiving people doing things while also saying words that you're not allowed to say. Those words are bad, and we can't let you have a corner of the internet where you call people candy-ass Rudy Poos. That's just too far.
Again, making the things that the website does seem innocuous and harmless and constrained to their little website, which is also not true. It's not like they never, like, it's not like the actions that are taking place in Kiwi Farms don't affect anything outside of Kiwi Farms. If that was the case, nobody would know about the fucking website. Kiwi Farms did nothing wrong, and they doxed this weird bunny VTuber. Jesus, there's too many of them.
The group operated in cells in case they were doxed, but kept track of every internet provider they persuaded to cut ties with Kiwi Farms. Moon had a few major advantages. After earlier attempts to take down the site, he incorporated as his own internet service provider, acquiring his own physical hardware, network resources, and a block of IP addresses, making Kiwi Farms much more difficult to dislodge. It marks the site as a peer on the internet, meaning Moon directly receives any abuse reports and is entitled to a presumption of good faith. I like how they say this like it's a bad thing, and how it should
I feel like they didn't say this with any sort of opinion underneath it, but yeah, whatever.
Make people worried or scared.
Whatever.
This is a good thing. This is a good thing. And if they manage to take him offline, imagine the sites they will try to go after next.
What do you think they're gonna go after next? I would love you to list them. 4chan, I guess, maybe? Is that what you think they're gonna go after next? A lot of trans people also just, like, go to 4chan and go to their own little boards on 4chan somewhere. Or specific boards on 4chan, I guess? Such as, again, she just alludes to stuff. Okay, wait.
Like, even if
gonna
you
say
are
it?
someone who, for some reason, like, genuinely hates everything that the farm stands for, you need them there.
No. No. No, that is not true. Is Rumble in danger? Oh no, not my Rumble. No, she's not gonna name names, obviously. There's like less than a minute left in this video. There's no names being dropped of other sites that they will definitely go after. Yeah, I don't think that that's true, by the way.
If the farms falls, other sites are going to come under this magnifying glass. Other sites are going to have
Like?
these harassment campaigns.
Like what? Huh? What sites are you scared of they're gonna take down next? What sites do you frequent? What the fuck is your browsing history? I don't think I want to know. Is he trying to make a slippery slope argument about banning and doxing like all forums ever? I think so. I guess.
Perpetuated against them, and you might not even hear about it. You might just wake up and one of your favorite places is gone the next day.
Well, my favorite places are not, like, violently transphobic, so I think I'm good. Personally. Personally, I think I'll be just fine, actually.
Much like the massive subreddit purge, where any kind of wrongthink was removed from the site.
As somebody who didn't frequent r/jailbait, I'm actually also completely fine. Once more. It's so weird. I'm just never affected. I'm just too good, I guess. I guess I'm just too skilled. I guess I'm just too pretty to ever be affected by these stupid problems. Weird.
This is just advocating for censorship? Yeah. That's why I said earlier, again, like, I hope.
Yeah, I love when people are like ultra-libertarian, ultra anti any form of censorship. Amazing stances.
It's going to be exhausting, and I'm sure he's sick of dealing with it, but I hope he does not give up.
Joyce on her Twitter's already dead. No, but I don't even think she would. I don't know. She frequents Twitter too. But she also hates Twitter, so I don't even know what the state would be. Twitter is too love-hated to be targeted by something like that. Aside from the fact that it wouldn't anyway. Yeah, no, my websites where you can harass trans people are in danger. Yes, it seems this will be a big problem for me. God, that video sucked. True. She's so funny, but like not in a good way. Finally talking about the real politics, no clickbait. Look at that Vosh video right there. That's the real politics. This is just like that Nusagi clickbait video, by the way. Twitter's dead. Long live X. Don't write that. Don't write that in my comment section, please. So no shoe today. No shoe. Maybe shoe next time. It was kind of like a video where I wasn't sure if I was gonna get to it, to be fair. No shoe today. Oh, we did do this part though, so good job, gamers. I forgot how different the realities these people live in are. I forget so often. They are worried about things that I would never like feel the need to worry about, and I'm worried about things that they also don't ever worry about, I think. Okay, that's the size. There you go. Yay. I can take the shoe video into the next part, actually. If we have time on Friday, we might. I can show you this. I don't know if Juno is streaming immediately after me today, or if that happens a little bit later in the day. I could look that up. But yeah, that video wasn't great, as always. But at least she's funny. If you use Twitter, you must hate Twitter. It is mandatory. That is true. That is true. So my friend, Cascade is definitely streaming today, but in like 1 hour. Very good, very good. Look, it's Sally Face finale. I will not redirect you for this one, I think, even though I guess it doesn't really matter if I send you the link or if I redirect you. It's kind of the same thing, but it's in an hour and it's the last part of the series. So if you don't want to, if you haven't watched along, if you don't know what Sally Face is, then don't watch this, obviously, because it's literally the last part. Yeah, finishing Sally Face. Go check it out. I'll do like a go check it out instead because it's very spoilery. If anybody's like asleep and it like auto directs you or something, I don't know. I don't even know how redirects work because I've never been in a stream on YouTube that redirected to another stream on YouTube before at the end of the stream. So I have never experienced it as a viewer, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, that video made us all lose one brain cell collectively. It's kind of tough on us, but you know, it happens. I'm glad I'm able to catch more of these streams, lady. I enjoy chatting here. I enjoy having you here. I feel like very few of the people who rail against censorship actually understand what censorship is. I don't think they do either. They don't have like a very solid grasp on it. They just parrot other points that they've seen around. The best social media website I found is Tumblr, and it's comprised entirely of people who hate Tumblr. True. I always bounce off of Tumblr, but that's a me problem, I think. Oh no, I sent the hashtags. Do you ever press the little like hashtag symbol next to the enter key on accident? Because I do. It happens to me all the time. Anyway, maybe I'll go back to Tumblr one day. I like posting art on Tumblr. That's much nicer than Twitter, but also a lot of people are on Twitter, so I post on Twitter. Anyway, I'm gonna see if Tenchi wants to go for a walk. It is currently hot as hell though, so if he says no, I wouldn't be too mad about it. How hot is it? It's 30 degrees. Yep. So maybe we could go in the evening instead. And if he doesn't, then I'll just make noodles and eat them. We have different keyboard layouts. The hashtag for me is on the number row. Yeah, no. Hashtag is right next to enter for me. The baby! We're gonna walk the baby! It's Tenchi time. Censorship is clearly when you are allowed to say something horrible and then suffer the consequences from it. That is when yes, that is definitely what censorship is. It's the consequences of my actions. This is censorship. No, but I'll be heading out. See you maybe in Juno's stream if I am there at the time and not out with Tenchi or making food or something else. And I'll see you again tomorrow when we continue our little animatic. It's another art stream. Was fun. Enjoyed the stream very much, as always. Tschüssili gamers. See you around. See you on Discord as well. I'll post stuff. Maybe, perhaps, potentially. Glad I got the stream. Sad wasn't here from the beginning. No worries whatsoever. See you, gamers. Bye-bye. Auf. Bye-bye. I just more bye-bye. Poka. Toji. Would you say that? Like, also poka. Toji. Poka. Okay, seriously though, I must leave.